All right, this is Hidden Heavens, session 13, title to be determined. I get the recap listed up. Let me paste the before I start this. Let me paste the right thing. All right.
The author curled his fingers in contemplation, as he is oft to do when dealing with these circumstances. He gives a deep, regretful sigh as he continues to write. It had happened, of course, the first casualty. Not unexpected or even that uncommon. It wasn't up to him whether or not he had lived, of course. It never was. Or at least it shouldn't be. But perhaps, just this once, he might nudge it a little. Introduce a little bit of panicked memories and anxiety rather than the aura of peace in the after. He normally just didn't record what happened afterwards, it kept him fresher that way. After all, you can't wander off the side if the words don't reach the end of the page. Right? No matter. That should do it. He should want to live now, and by the contract of old, that is all it would take. This time at least. The author breathes heavily, looking at the embers of the firelight behind him. The flickering flames and cracking of wood usually calmed him, but he couldn't help but feel stressed. He had, of course, made a mistake. It was his fault ultimately. He stood up and walked out into the other room. Down a series of halls, he arrived at the door that he knew he would find here. It opened slowly, with the heavy creaking of solid oak echoing in this dim place. On the ground was the circle, made of blood and ink. The 9 sigils with the 3 binding principles were mostly intact. The large, silver like steel wedges buried into the stone appeared to be functioning as normal. Upon first glance, it would be fine. And yet, he took a lantern off a nearby table, kept specifically for this purpose, and lit it. The flickering lamplight revealed something he had worried might be the case. 3 bars, 3 sigils were cracked. From the cracks, he could see the thin miasma leaking into the world. Like a thick, viscous oil, it seemed to draw in the light. The liquid leaked drop by drop and fell upon the ground and immediately evaporated. He pondered, but just nodded. It was worrying, of course. It always was. He eventually returned to his desk, each step echoing in the dark hallways. What would he do? He used to keep a tally of different combinations, but now he was afraid he too was sinking into indifference. He would have had to record the developments in the palace later, but for now, he would focus on the primary group. So, one was dead, at least for now, and another is bound to the spirit of fire, set to be released when the tea quenches the flame. It was bound originally in a bottle of special make, a consequence of a ring given to a thief. Tragedy follows it, given its now distorted nature. At last, another thing comes full circle. Another falls into their hands, while his macabre fortune rots in the emerald basement. That was a good development. The author smiles contentedly. The cost was high, true, but nothing that couldn't be regained. At least he was stopped early this time, and there was not a repeat of the Iron Fist tragedy. The author paused, deep in thought. Now, there was an idea.
All right.
Ooh.
Absolute cinema.
I hope Zero was there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you were muted, so I was like, man, I hope she didn't go AFK for that.
Yeah, I'm muted because my partner is hacking their guts up and coughing in the next room. So
Gotcha. Okay. Rip. All right. Let's see. All right, so you guys are in the middle of the street. Um, and what do you do?
So, I think seeing the creature kind of fall down from the sky, I think Braden's gonna kind of immediately turn around quickly. His eyes kind of finding Lianyu, and he's just gonna kind of break into a sprint, trying to get over to his companion. Um, that is what Braden is doing.
Yes, if I am not already over Lianyu, I'm sprinting over to Lianyu and kneeling down to prepare whatever we need to do next. But I'll wait for what everyone else is doing.
I think
I
Zara.
remember Donson mentioning he was casting fire spells at the body.
I remember last session the intention was Donson was going to go to the body and properly dispose of it, but by the time he got there, it was already being disintegrated by something else.
Yeah. What were you saying, Zara?
Oh, that she's kind of coming back into the alley from having been in the streets trying to direct help. Um, and probably just like seeing the scene and trying to process and blinking of blood out of her eyes. I think after a second she's gonna figure out there's, people kneeling on the ground and sprint to the group as well.
I think coming close to the body, I think Braden's gonna kind of like go from a bit of a sprint and kind of like drop down to a knee, and he's gonna kind of like raise his right hand and kind of pull the glove off his left and kind of like rub his hands together, his palms, kind of put a hand on Lianyu's chest, and he kind of closes his eyes, and you see him kind of like strain and furrow his brows. Braden has no lay on hands points left. He's still trying though. He's like kind of putting a hand on, he's like tensing himself. He's kind of like trying to exert something, but it's just shooting blanks, as the kids say. Nothing comes through at all, and he definitely looks quite frustrated at it, and he kind of looks over towards Noah and kind of just gives like a shake of his head. He's like, I have nothing.
Noah is going to reach into his pocket. He's going to grab one of the cookies. He's going to break it into crumbs and open Lianyu's mouth slightly and pour some of them in. He's just going to try and help him chew. He's just going to look at Lianyu and be like, all you have to do is swallow. Come on. Just swallow, please.
Nothing happens.
I know.
I think Braden's going to lower a hand down to his kind of hip, and he's going to pull out kind of like a water skin of sorts from the adventuring pack. And he's gonna like the hand that's kind of placed on Leonyu's chest is gonna ball into a fist, kind of grabbing a handful of the tunic or the top of Leonyu, kind of yank him upright a little bit, and he's kind of say, you got your fucking sister to go and find. He's gonna kind of pour the water skin, like over his face, just trying to kind of like, wash some of the crumbs through. Come on, buddy.
What's happened to his weapon? Is it like on the ground next to him?
Yep. Actually, what happened to put packed weapons? Do they appear next to you, or do they just not?
I think I just as long as they're not away from me, they don't disappear, I believe.
Okay, so we'll just so
I
his
think it's if they
weapon's next
move
to him.
more than 10 feet away from me, they disappear after a minute, but I think that's it.
I would imagine that it would cancel the connection of the pack weapon, right? So
Yeah, it's not like it's something that he has to concentrate on, as far as I know. So
all right.
Braden, can you help me bring him to the street? Maybe someone else can do something.
Yeah. I think Braden's going to just kind of follow the directions of Noah, and he'll kind of carefully like leave his glaive on the floor there, and make note to come back for it later. And he'll kind of pick up Leon, try to move him out towards the glow of torchlight.
I will help with carrying him to make it easier. And yeah, help carrying him to the street where the people are coming towards us.
I think I'm gonna just pick up whatever weapons I can and just follow very far away.
Okay. So who wants to? I guess Lianyu. I assume you would. Are you okay playing the bear for right now?
Yeah, if it's summoned, I mean, I don't need to necessarily
Yeah,
keep
he's
him out
summoned for
just
an
for me.
hour. I don't remember. Did he use all of his slots, his third level slots?
I believe not.
I thought he did, but I could be wrong.
He still has one.
Okay.
It's according to D&D Beyond, and I don't think I used anything other than. Yeah, I didn't. When I was playing him, I didn't use anything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then he has one slot left.
I think you mentioned Spirit Guardians, but I don't think it was cast from memory.
Oh, I think you are right.
No,
I don't think
it was
it
definitely
was.
cast. It was definitely cast. I know that.
Well, that's
Was it?
one slot. I don't know if we used it to. I don't know if he already used one before.
I don't think I did. I think that was the one
No,
slot.
I think yeah, I think he didn't use one because I don't know what it would have been on.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I
it
think
could have
that
been
one
like
slot
a
is
beefed
for
up
Spirit
healing word
Guardians.
or cure wounds or something, but I don't remember that. So.
Mm.
For right now, we'll play it so if he has a slot left. To the best of my knowledge, that's accurate. So.
Okay. I suppose the bear is summoned. I mean, the bear is just gonna. I mean, attempt revivify. I guess I'm not too sure what the bear would really do in the situation, or his personality all that much. And he knows way more about, I guess, magic than I would and how it would work.
Roll me a D100.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see. I have to do it as Lianyu because I can't roll. Is that 47?
He will lean down and say, "There's only one thing we can ever truly control, whether we are good or evil," and he will cast Revivify. A burst of white light happens, and there's some life in the power of Lianyu. I'm gonna have you every about minute or so. I'm gonna have you roll a death save. He is currently unconscious.
So following the spell from the bear, do we see like his chest like like fill up with oxygen again? Like is he breathing? Can we
Yeah,
tell he's
extremely shallow.
okay?
He looks extremely pale.
I think seeing that, I think Braden's gonna kind of like look to Lianyu, then look to Noah, look to the bear, look to Zarura, to Donset if he's still close by, and just kind of raise a bit of an eyebrow, kind of just like shaking his head a little bit, kind of like disbelief.
Yeah. So mechanically, he is making death saving throws. I need you to make me one now, Lianyu. And
Okay.
he needs to be stabilized.
The
And the
crumbs
bear
of the
still
key.
has other slots.
Your maximum HP is 0, so yep. I did a lot of
Okay.
research, a lot of thinking about how I wanted to operate this, because there's no, it's just as far as I can get close to the rules as written and rules as intended. So.
Is it death saving throws are just a D20, right?
Yep. Flat D20, baby. Must be rolled publicly.
I think I did.
Yeah, I see
Even
it.
if okay, I got a 7 anyway, so
Mhm.
it's one
One fail.
failure.
Everyone, roll me a medicine check.
Okay. Ooh, okay. 19.
Noah,
It's a
he's
shame
alive
that the
but
one with
dying.
it's a shame that the one with a +5 to the medicine check is not in the air.
Also, check your DMs.
I did, but my reply doesn't matter because I'm not near anyone.
Okay, gotcha.
Do we? Yeah. So
You know,
I I guess some quick clarification on that. Do we know how far away Dunson is? Like, can we see him?
Yeah, I mean, he's only like 15 feet away or 30 feet away at most.
Well, didn't the vampire get like really far away before
Yeah,
the spear hit?
Yeah,
Like that's where
okay,
that's
okay.
where Donson's at. He's where the vampire
Mhm.
landed
Okay,
and
so
is
like 80 feet away.
investigating the death of it. Yeah, he's a good bit away because
Do
he
we have,
doesn't
like,
know that someone has died.
do we have like line of sight on him? Like, is it like behind
Yeah.
buildings, or can we like
No,
see him?
there's perfect line of sight. He's in the middle of the street.
I think like what Braden's gonna do is kind of look over towards, down the street where Danson, and he's gonna shout out, and he says, Lianyu's hurt. He's gonna kind of shout out quite loudly, and just continue moving with the rest of the group, just to fill Danson in.
I'm gonna look at the bear. I'm just gonna say, whatever you did, it did something, but I think he's still dying. We need to do something fast.
This would be a great time for anyone to have the spell spare the dying, by the way.
I mean, the bear
Which
has
the
it.
bear does.
The bear will lick Lianu's forehead. He will pat your head.
No.
Lianu is stabilized. I forgot the bear took it. Otherwise, I'm just dying. Be kind of awkward. Just be like, yeah, here's a level. Here's a level 3 spare slot, but a cantrip, I can't spare that much.
Can we, after him doing that, can we notice, or do we notice that the breathing becomes a little bit more
Yeah, exactly.
clear or easy? Okay. I think we might be in the clear for a little while, but I still don't know why he's not waking up.
I think this might be beyond any of us. There has to be someone that knows something a bit more about this, right? This I don't know if it's the affliction or whatever the hell that thing was.
Whatever it did, it wasn't normal.
I suppose that around this point, Donson will finally make his way back. He'll just go, "What's wrong with him?" And just getting down next to him. I guess this is when he would do his medicine check.
Okay. So, Donson, would you have picked up the object that was laying next to the body?
Since the vampire burnt up anything that he left behind, I would have picked up.
Okay. He left behind an unusual music box.
I sure do have a lot of custom items here. Vampire music box. Gotcha.
By the way, please check your DMs, Chime.
Yep.
All right, medicine check. Good old +5 that I'm not proficient in. So this is either going to be good or bad.
Plus
Okay, well,
5,
17
not
plus
proficient.
5. Plus 5, not proficient. I just have a really high wisdom. 17 plus 5. That's 22.
Okay. He is in a coma.
Ah.
Almost as if his spirit is somewhere else. Cleon, you now realizing the part of what you might not like. Brayden, when you see Donson come over with the music box, it looks eerily familiar.
Is he like holding it in his hand, or is it like packed away somewhere?
I mean,
like, is it inside?
It would be tucked away. Like
I'd imagine it probably
hanging like he probably has like a messenger bag or something, and it's like kind of hanging out of it since he was quick to throw it in there when you called for him.
Fair enough.
I'm happy to roll if you want, or just let me know whatever you want.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 5.
Okay. You hear
what music box?
You hear singing coming from his bag.
I think Braden's gonna kind of like
specifically of your homeland of hymns.
I think what Brayden does initially is he's just gonna kind of like absent-mindedly kind of like start humming without kind of realizing kind of what he's doing, like kind of hearing a riff or a tune or something you've heard a long time ago. And he's probably humming for like maybe 3 or 4 seconds before he kind of stops and kind of like closes his eyes and kind of tilts his head, like trying to focus on the hearing. And he's gonna kind of just kind of like trying to follow the sound. If it sounds like it's coming from the pack, I think Brayden's gonna like look towards Danson, kind of like gesture towards the pack, and he's gonna say, "Do you hear that? Something's playing a familiar tune from there."
You just got out of an intense fight, and by the looks of it, your party members has fallen into a coma. Relax a little. Whatever, and he'll point to the bear, whatever he did, managed to keep the body alive, but something's missing.
When you mention it, suddenly everyone else begins to hear it, and this is what it sounds like. For anyone uninitiated, it's Once Upon a December. I hope everyone's seen Anastasia. Everyone else is hearing the box now. What do you do?
We're waiting for the box to finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit.
We gotta get the full copyright strike going.
I've never heard this before, so
It's pretty. I like it.
Oh my
I'm
God,
listening to it.
Yeah. So, I think Brayden's kind of like humming the tune out loud, and just so I've heard this tune before. Back home, it's pretty commonplace, pretty common riff. Is it common here? Has anyone else heard this before?
I've never heard it before, but it's
Eerily
pretty.
familiar, as if from a dream.
To me.
To everyone. Besides
Oh,
Chime,
okay.
of course.
Does the music box itself look? Because obviously the item that we came into the campaign with, the one that Brayden had, was a music
Mhm.
box. So I think Brayden's gonna kind of like put a hand down towards his pouch and kind of pull out his own kind of music box. I guess two questions. Firstly, does the song or the riff that Brayden hears, is it like the same tune as that one, and does it
Yes.
look similar?
And on top of that, when the box opens, it has some kind of mechanical device that spins inside of it. But the one from the vampire is larger and empty, and it looks like the one that you have fits in it perfectly.
I think Brayden's gonna kind of like seeing as it's kind of open, playing the tune. I think Brayden's going to kind of put a hand out for the box to dance, and he says, "I call me crazy, but this looks like part of it." Oh, look, like this can get figured out in a moment. We have to get Lianyu somewhere safe first.
Before you do anything, Dunson will look at the box and just say, "You were the one that threw the spear, right? Or was that someone else?"
Yes, that was it.
Yeah,
Donson will just straight up hand the box to you and say, "You're the one that ended him, so you get the loot." As is tradition.
got the last hit bonus.
yeah.
This is also
6
setting up
gold
the
on the cannon.
expectation of
Yep.
if Donson ever kills someone, he wants
Kills
I
the
think
dragon.
Brayden-
It's all mine.
I think
Feels
Brayden's
weird.
gonna look towards him and just kind of give like a bit of a confused nod, but not gonna kind of say anything to it. And he'll kind of just like put the box like beside his and just in his kind of pouch. I think like there's probably more pressing things at the moment than the box. I think Brady kind of wants to make sure Lianyu's safe. And
Okay,
Once
give
you
me a second.
grab the box, Donson is just gonna throw Lianyu on his back, like firefighter carry style.
If we're okay with taking like a quick step back, I think while the initial conversation about the music box is happening, Zero's gonna kind of go up to everybody and just completely wordlessly try to like shove Lianyu's weapon back in his hand and like close his fingers around it. I don't know if it'll hold on, but she will do that and step back regardless of whether it stays or falls. And then follow-up question. The music box that Brayden carries is supposedly he's the only one who can hear music from it and everybody else just hears like weird shit.
Screaming.
So we had a text RP like early on where that was shared and we didn't get to finish it. So I didn't like get to see consequences from it. But having heard that from his music box, would that change any of my perception of what's happening?
The screaming is in the same tune.
Ugh. Okay.
Musical screaming. Is this like a
Noted.
metal screaming? Just
No, as in someone was tortured. The screams of a dying man.
That's a little bit odd.
That's a little awkward.
is the like putting the music box away? Is it still like making the sounds?
You keep staring at the music box, and it has obviously entranced Brayden.
You so like I think what Brayden says is like, so I think to kind of like paint a scene, he'll be like, you know, we'll deal with this later. We have to get Lianyu somewhere safe, and he'll kind of like cut off mid word and kind of just like find himself like staring at the box, kind of like frozen, fairly still.
And then he puts it together. And with a snap, it sits into place. And everyone hears a full musical tune. The tune that Brayden normally hears. Alright, 1 second.
Follow-up question for what Zeroa did. Does Lianyu even have like a sheath for his weapon, or is it just like
It's I don't know if you saw the art for it. It's essentially two weapons that either are like put together or can be split apart, and typically he dual wields them. But it's just a reskin longsword mechanically. I will post it again.
I found
But yeah, there's no sheath.
Suddenly, a burst of white light suffuses the entire area. Light begins to permeate the face. Well, okay, I give you guys a choice. Do you want me to read it, or do you want Will to do his narrator voice?
Oh, brother.
I'm happy for you to read it, but
Okay.
I'm pretty chill either way. I
Fair
don't want
enough.
to put all on the spot.
I would.
I mean, I'll do it, but I'm only gonna
Oh, I
do it
didn't
if
see you linked
majority
it.
says.
Whatever you guys decide. Between
Are
you
you
two.
saying it's majority rule?
Haha. Nice.
My character's dead now. There is no more rule.
Okay, I'll read it. Light begins to permeate the fair city, making a miniature dawn in the height of night. Everything goes white, like it had so long ago, before he could even remember. Like blood in the snow, drops fall from the sky. Rain. It was not unusual in Free Harbor, but it was no longer Free Harbor. You are surrounded by a void, and the floor is a shimmering field of clouds, like an endless expanse of white flickering lights. You can see beads come and go from the surface. Through the shifting wall you can make out, well, home. The entire world is below you in this strange space. You can see everything. You can somehow, even at this great distance, make out every single detail, every grain of sand, every brick and mortar, every drop of blood in the bodies of everything living and not beneath you. It is overwhelming, the pure, glorious, wondrous feeling pulsing within you like the heat of a sun. You can feel it on your skin, squirming, itching to be used. You can feel it worming its way up around you, manifesting in different ways, bold and powerful. You were blind, so blind before. How could you live for so long without seeing it? You were blind. You were weak. You are helpless, but no longer. You now hear. You close your eyes and listen to those beneath you, those cries, those desperate cries pleading for help. You hear every single whisper, every single plea of mercy, of salvation, of redemption and greed. You look and see upon the souls of the living and the dead rising and falling like a grand tapestry of threads. Here you could change things forever. You hear the voices, a rising cacophony beginning to overwhelm your still mortal senses. Please save my daughter. Heal this man's injuries. Help me find love. Smite this wicked demon. Give me the power to win, just this once. The mist begins to rise. No, not mist. Sand. Sand of the earth. Sand begins to take shape, forming around it. Entire cities of people. It is the entire world, entire civilization. All of civilization. And yet to you, it is just sand, and you could just as easily wipe it all away, or change it somehow. It would take but the slightest touch of your hand. The heat, the overwhelming energy begins to call to all of you, begging to be used. What do you do?
Oh dear.
Huh. Um.
You see the spirit of Lianyu, disembodied, currently next to you.
Okay. Like, does do I have a body? Like,
Yes.
is it okay? Um.
Brayden, you remember seeing this place. Remember that lore drop?
There's been a couple. The sand specifics make like rings a bell with one of the lore drops.
Okay.
I think it was the same
So
one. Mhm.
this reminds you of a scene you were brought to before you were sent to this place.
Okay. Yep. Um. So okay, like like looking down upon self, like inspecting the arms that are before me. Like, am I Brayden in this situation?
Yes.
How far away is this Lianyu's I
All of
guess
you,
spirit or
yeah,
body?
so basically
Mhm.
all of you are in this place, and
Mhm.
Lianyu is patently transparent.
Okay, and we're all here, and everyone else is not transparent.
Correct. Well, there's also Rule, but he's always transparent, so.
Hang on.
I,
What am I doing here?
I think Brayden's gonna kind of like raise his hand and kind of like wave it for himself, and then look towards the others and kind of just say, "Do you all see the same?"
Uh, yeah. What just happened?
I think Donson is gonna be a little bit angry because he's gonna look at Brayden and be like, "What have you done?
I didn't do shit. All right, I don't know what this is.
You put the boxes together."
No, I didn't. Did I? I thought I put the boxes away. What I said I was doing.
I watched you. What the hell is this? Donson just yells out. Probably clutching his head from all of the voices.
I think Brayden's gonna move over towards like the body of Lianyu that's kind of transparent and kind of wave his hands in front of him. Lianyu, can you are you here?
Can I hear him?
Yes.
Can I
You're kind of
respond?
freaking the fuck out because suddenly you were in front of this old dude and now you're here.
Can I respond? Am I
Yeah.
fully okay? Uh, what? I I was just somewhere. Brandon, is that you? Is it
Yeah,
really you?
yeah, it's me. It's
I,
us.
I,
Where did you go?
well, I was dead, and I was brought to this field, and I guess I was in some kind of heaven. Um, and then he said, I'm not done yet, and now I'm here.
Oh, guess we're sorry to drag you out of heaven.
No, please, there's so much I need to do.
You hear
You see this?
voices echoing around you. Divine ones, light my path, guide me through the darkness, lead me to the truth.
Voice sound familiar at all, or is it
Of a young
alien
child.
to us? Okay. Does it sound like a male or female voice?
Female.
Or...
Hmm. Do I recognize the voice at all?
Nope.
Hmm. Uh, you see like, kind of this just sense of relief that he seems to be Roland is very clearly thinking that he's going back. He's gonna be coming back to life now that he sees Brayden again, but he's also very confused at this whole situation. Where are we? Why am I hearing these voices?
Zara?
Do
Noah?
we
Any ideas?
do we all hear this child's voice?
Yes.
Okay. Having been there, feeling like you said it feels like we would have the power to change or shape things.
You hear another voice of a young, desperate boy, and he says, Dear gods that remain, dear Grand Selune, grant me mercy and allow me to restore my clan.
That's me, probably.
That doubles what I want to do. In this space of weird malleability, I want to see if I can send a single dancing light to the little girl. Don't know where she is. Don't know if it'll work. Just
Okay.
a light.
Welcome to Irreversible Consequence, Chapter 1.
Well past chapter 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say.
we're-
I should
we're
have never
fucking-
face tanked a vampire. Like,
We're on
Well, this is
we're on episode
this is
13,
more
so chapter
like-
13, right?
this is more like book 2. Okay.
as I hear, do I recognize that boy's voice as mine?
No, it is
Oh.
not. You hear another voice. The same boy whispering, Bring back my people from the waters of Selune.
Do I feel the same ability to change things?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear this voice, and Annie's just gonna kind of channel whatever the unfamiliar power this is, and hopefully just grant his wish. Whatever.
Okay.
Here's Chapter 2. Already.
Speed reading.
Weird that Chapter 1 was literally just a page. What is this, Lemony Snicket?
You know what? It actually kind of does have those vibes now that you say it.
This is a series of unfortunate events, to tell the truth.
Yes.
So how do you do this exactly? What you see is the world beneath you,
Hmm.
and it is infinitely malleable, as if you were placing stones and manipulating sand.
Can I like get can I like focus on that boy and see what's going on around him?
It is a young man, about 12, a year before his manhood would be given in his culture. He lies among dozens and dozens of slaughtered corpses, almost frozen over in the icy abyss.
Do I recognize him as part of the Yuehan?
Yep.
Rather than you just bring them all back, the Anu knows that that's kind of unrealistic, and he probably can't even do it, but he knows he has this strange power. Maybe he's dead, maybe he's a final wish, he doesn't even really know yet. But he's gonna at least give the boys some hope. Seeing that the bodies around him are slaughtered and frozen over, and he's the only one left. I'm going to teleport him to safety, if I can. In a sense, and by safety, I more just mean, I suppose I would bring him to the safest place I know. Though Lian Liu doesn't know too much about the outside world.
Upon the
He
thought,
does.
he vanishes.
Ooh. Can I see where he went?
He is no longer on the earth.
Oh,
You just killed him.
I was
Yeeted
gonna-
him into space.
I was honestly gonna teleport him to the inn that we keep going to, but or the what was it? The place between worlds or whatever.
Place between places is.
That's what it is. Place between places.
Technically, that's not on Earth, I think, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Can I like mentally check that place somehow?
Nope.
Out of the reach of the gods or whatever, I guess. I don't know whatever we're doing now, but is it possible for me to like leave him a message right before I teleport him, or he gets teleported?
Nope.
Okay. I guess as I see him go away, I'll.
The warmth in your body, Zerawa and Leon, you fade. Noah, Donson, and Braden still have the warmth. And as that warmth fades, your understanding of things does as well. You are no longer as perceptive.
So -2 then. Got it.
Oh no.
So, do we-
So that's just for us. I mean, Anna, right?
Correct.
Or Zero, right? Yeah.
So do we see, or do we like know or can see the interactions that Lianu and Zoro have like made on the world?
Correct.
We perceive that.
Yep.
I think
Give me 1 second.
okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please repeat what you said. I had to write down some notes.
Oh, good. So I was just asking, do we like perceive that the changes that they've made have occurred? Like, do we see what
Yes.
they've done? Okay. I think Braden kind of looks towards the other two, kind of like, I guess, having an element of knowing. He's gonna turn towards Donson. He says, "Well, we did promise you a library."
I mean, Donson is in the middle of like clutching his head and freaking out. So he is not really responsive. He is in pain. And I think for this, he is like beginning to like because of the warmth of this power or whatever, he's like beginning to catch on fire. Like it's too much for him to handle.
I sent you a Dan.
I don't know what I did, but I wished I could tell him
Um,
something, but he's gone now. So
You hear another voice, this of an older man, kind of almost wishing as if it's his last shot. Grant me the power to redeem others as I wished I could be.
do I hear? Do we all hear this, or is
Yes,
it?
you and Zerwa hear it barely, as if it's on the
Hmm.
edge of your hearing.
Can you repeat that? Just once
Grant
more.
me the power to redeem others as I wished I could be.
I think Braden's gonna kind of like close his eyes and he's like seeing the kind of the sand before him. He's gonna think of home actually. Um, does it seem like within reach, or does it seem like grounded to this kind of world with what's before us?
Are you sure?
I mean, there's no reason why Braden wouldn't. I don't
Okay,
think.
fair enough. I need to put you into a prep
Yeah.
call.
Here we go, baby.
Alright, your choice. You want it to be muted or not?
Be what? Sorry.
Do you want the
Be.
recording to record this or no?
Oh yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Let it go.
You see your home,
Mhm.
and you see everything that's going on with it. You see its entire existence, including yourself, as it was years ago.
Interesting. So it doesn't seem to be like it doesn't look to be in real time. Like this particular day, I'm able to kind of
No,
like.
it's current. This is what's happening exactly this moment.
I think Braden kind of like cranes his head, seeing that, and it like to him it just seems like life just went on.
Roll me a religion.
Okay. 7.
As far as you can tell, something weird is going on. Some kind of maybe timey-wimey bullshit. I will say this.
Mhm.
If your character takes the time to really study and understand, you would realize that this is exactly what is happening right then and now, which means that what happened to your people, they came from here, and they haven't left yet.
Mm. Interesting.
Okay,
Very
I'm
interesting.
putting you back in the call.
Yep.
Well, that's
All
what I'm
right,
saying. Maybe
you
that's
can
why
share
he's
this. You can share that or not. Your choice.
okay.
Braden's going to look towards the others, and he's going to kind of like kind of crane his head again, just kind of closing his eyes, and he's going to kind of say something weird's going on. Um, I can see myself. I can see home. Like I haven't left yet. Like I haven't been pulled away yet. Like this is
So,
some kind of loop.
what does that mean?
You know when I spent some time at that tower
Mm-hmm.
with the bird, and I said that they were the people that I'd seen them when they attacked myself. Well, I guess I was only partially right because I don't think they have attacked yet. I think they're going to attack. I'm still there right now.
So you're in two places at once?
I think we all are.
probably accept me, I guess. I don't think I'm really gonna either go back to the world or I don't really know.
Are you done?
I don't want to be. I have so much to do in the world. I can't just leave. I just there's so much I need to do. My sister, the Yuehan, seeing that vision of the Yuehan, it's given me hope. I want to be able to protect that boy, and I was wanting to give him hope, but I couldn't even do that.
Well,
I don't think I really have a choice, though.
I don't really know what's going on here, but it seems like we have some kind of influence over what exactly is happening, if this is even real.
A man told me when I was, I think, truly dead. He said I wasn't done yet. I'd have to be really to live a longer life, but I don't know if that means I'm gonna go back to life or I'm gonna be like this.
Well, if you're not done, I don't want you to be done either. I want you back down there. And thinking that, Noah will try to think about or will Lian Yu back to earthly life, if at all possible.
Okay. You see Noah reach down, and he does this almost without direction, just by pure instinct. And he reaches down into the city, and he molds a new body from flesh and clay. And then with the tip of a finger, Lian Yu disappears, and he wakes up in the middle of the street with a slightly off-colored tint of his skin.
Homunculus.
Then what? What?
We see. Sorry, go on.
Mechanically,
Oh, go for it.
you are
Go
now
for
a construct.
Oh,
Huh.
Now you gotta change your race to a Warforged. There we go.
is it still like a flesh and blood body though, but just technically a construct?
You'll find out soon.
Okay.
So do I need to change anything mechanically?
Nope. You just now have the construct trait.
I don't know what just happened.
Everything good and bad that comes with that. A lot of good, some bad.
Did
The
that
heat fades
work?
from Noah.
I
Is
think
this place
Braden's
real?
gonna.
Go for it. Sorry.
I think Braden's gonna kind of cross his arms and kind of like narrow his gaze back towards the land below them, and he's gonna kind of say, "You know, for the longest time, I never understood how things of power could let such ill happen, and before the sun shall smite not." He kind of stops, he kind of pauses, and he says, "The sun shall not smite I by day, nor by moon by night, and everything that I do shall be upful and right." And Braden's going to kind of close his eyes and think on that term he heard earlier, where someone said, "Please smite this demon." And Braden is just going to kind of very, very nimbly kind of pull the kind of dagger out from his hip, and he's going to just kind of stab somewhere on the sand with the dagger.
Damn, that's crazy that you remember Donson telling you to smite the vampire. Like I didn't. That
And so And so the dagger comes down like lightning in a holy fire. And a rampaging Baylor is obliterated.
I think Braden kind of looks down at the map and kind of gives a bit of a smile to himself, and he kind of like whispers. He kind of like lowers himself down to the sand a little bit, and he says, "Someone up here does listen. Eventually."
All right, let me roll severity.
Well, there's chapter 4. Make that 5.
So we get that 22,000 experience, right?
I got the last hit, so I get the loot, right?
Yeah, you get all the
Yeah.
loot.
Yep,
Oh
that's
my
how it
God.
works.
Kill secured.
Hey, we got him, boys.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Can we know what you rolled?
So, is low good or bad?
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
I always go high is good.
Uh-oh. Well, I mean, this was your action, so
Yep.
Okay. The dagger comes in like a bolt of lightning, divine fury from the skies above, eradicates the demon permanently. And it embeds itself into the ground. The demon gets turned to stone with the dagger embedded in its hand. So now, in Spalding, in the center of Spalding, there is a permanently frozen Baylor with a divine dagger stuck in its head.
Whoa. Did you just say Spalding?
This is
Yes.
happening in the middle of Capital City, huh? Okay.
oh my fucking god.
Fuck it, we ball.
What would Rule say, I wonder?
Draw
'Cause
the
he's just
line, Braden.
watching
Draw the
this
line.
wide-
No, Rule is watching this wide-eyed, just like in the middle. He stopped that from happening? This changes everything. Fuck. If it's what I think it is.
And the heat from Braden's body fades.
I think as the heat fades, I think Braden kind of like parts his arms and kind of looks up towards the sky, and he's gonna kind of shout out. He says, "That's so fucking difficult to do." Kind of like looking around.
I think you realized why just now why it is so difficult. You can only do it once.
Alright. What does Donson do?
I mean, you haven't given me clarification if I can do what I was thinking I want to do, but
You do what you want to do, and I decide what happens as a result.
okay. Well, I know for a fact that Donson is very much not happy with what's going on to him. He is not having a good time. So his focus is trying to get this heat under control.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like he's going to try and contain it or expel it. But as far as I would say, he does not distinguish the heat from this divine energy or whatever it is as any different from the elemental that has been tethered to him. So he is probably trying to contain it so that way it doesn't spill out. Probably in the corner, screaming like Broly.
Okay. This is very, very, very important. Roll me a wisdom save.
Where do you want me to roll it? Since this
Public.
is very important,
I
really don't want to fucking use Discord. You know my luck with Discord rolls.
I want you to use Discord.
All right, in the general chat, D20, and you said it's a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
It's a D20 plus 8. Enter.
How bad could it be? See?
Okay,
You're
a 22 is
fine.
not that bad. So that's only because I had a plus 8. Okay, otherwise it's a 14.
14 ain't bad.
I don't know. 14 has been bad for me on many occasions.
Fair.
Alright, give me a second. Alright. Alright, give me 1 second. Okay. So you grip onto your staff like holding on to a lifeboat, and you can feel the heat slowly draining away as the staff becomes enwreathed in flame. And then in its heart, it begins to burn, but it does not wilt.
I gotta figure out where's the description at. Copy and paste it.
Alright, so here's what happens. The final bit of flame empties out. As you hear a whisper, "Spirits of nature and those on high, let the sproutling glow among the ashes of this fallen forest. Let the wild things roam once more, so life can return." Suddenly, more and more and more prayers come in, drowning you. Their inability to do it, you almost go mad. And in the blink of an age, you hear it. 1 second. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh, here it goes. You see it now. A chain above the world, wrapping it safe. It shatters. Chain of the earth is broken. And you all wake up once more at the street we were, surrounded by guards. And they are all awestruck.
Returning to my body, I'm gonna kind of just take in a breath. Do I feel different at all because of this? How I was brought back?
You feel as if you no longer need to drink and eat. You don't feel thirsty, you don't feel hungry.
But I'm going to just take in a breath. Immediately grab the weapon that Sarah put on in my hands, like kind of grip it tightly again. And just kind of like try and figure out the situation I'm in. Look around desperately. And do I come back before everyone else then? Or same time within a few seconds?
Within a few seconds, actually, you see what happens. As if from a fallen star, they come back. They fall from the earth. Fall to the earth, I should say.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of quickly get up and check on everyone else. Who was right next to me before we were all sent up there?
I would probably still be holding you.
Okay. I'll kind of grab you because it's within a few seconds, so I'll kind of immediately go to you and be like, "Hey, are you all right?" And as you wake up,
Huh? Yeah, you're okay?
yeah, I'm fine. I guess.
Do you feel okay?
I think it seems a bit strange, but I can move just fine, and I don't think any of my abilities are gone. And I kind of grab my necklace tightly and check the mirror. I guess.
As you are reaching for the mirror, Noah will probably give you a big hug.
So it'll be no, or Anthony will be a bit surprised, but he'll kind of not awkwardly, but also kind of return the hug in a way that's not super like
Are you trying to say no homo in like an appropriate way?
no.
Gosh, oh my gosh.
I'm saying it in a way that it's
Jeez.
like Lianyu just doesn't really. He isn't too used to touch affection. So
Your parents weren't huggers, huh?
no, they were all very serious.
I think a second or two in, Noah would notice that he's maybe making Lianyu a little awkward and will kind of slowly shy away from the hug. Sorry, just good to
No,
see you back.
I'm glad that you're here too. I'll look for everyone else too. Brayden and Zero, and make sure they're also getting up.
I think slowly rising up. I think Braden's probably just gonna kind of like do the kind of the soldier's clasp, forearm to forearm with Lianyu, kind of just give him a smile. Yeah, probably just go through his glance to see everyone else was getting up. There's a lot of people nearby. Braden just turned to some of them, part his hands, and he says, "I think we got your killer."
All right. So give me 1 second. Let me send you what happened. By the way, Ool.
Donson is probably standing in what, because we fell as stars, so are we like in craters, or are we just
Yes.
standing there like nothing happened?
Oh,
Oh, what?
Mm.
Oh, God, okay.
How big are these craters?
10 feet solid. 2 feet deep.
Then Donson is definitely like basically using his staff as like a walking stick to try and get him up and out of the crater, and like he probably is just covered in freaking dirt and grime and everything from the fall, and then just any sweat that he would have from that experience is like it's evaporating off of him, so he's just steaming because of how burnt up he is. Trying to walk over to the exhausted.
There you go. What do you think?
Very interesting. Okay. I now have to find those. Add it to my notes so that way I don't forget it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to hear it 10 sessions from now. Wait a minute. What was that? What did it do again? All right. So, You guys have unlocked a new high-level mechanic. This is a homebrew mechanic. This is something Lianu has known for quite a while.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
It
Something
is
interesting.
I've known
called-
for many campaigns.
Yeah, it is called Miracle Points. Alright, so each level or upon the DM's determination, the DM will roll a 1d4 and everyone gains 1d4 miracle points. Miracle points may be spent to cast spells. When you use miracle points to cast a spell, you may roll a d20 straight with no mods. You may spend miracle points 1-to-1 to add 1 to your roll. The DC is determined by the kind of effect you're trying to create. If the effect is a spell you may already cast, your class, and you know it, it succeeds without a roll. If the effect is a spell you can learn to cast but currently don't know, your class will receive it eventually, then the DC is 10. If the effect is a spell that you can't cast but is a spell another class may cast, the DC is 15. If the effect is a spell that cannot be cast by an actual spell, the DC is 20, and the effect is that of a limited wish. Note, in 5e, limited wish essentially means a wish that accompanies a specific thing that doesn't affect the world as a whole. When you announce use miracle points, you must choose how many you spend before you roll, and if you do not meet the DC, the effect does not happen and your points go to waste.
Is there somewhere you could put that in the Discord?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Where would you prefer me to
Already
put
there.
that? I could just pin it in general, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a
I
good
don't know, I'm
idea.
just gonna copy it into my shit too, so.
All right. Everyone, roll me 2d4.
Are you saying we leveled up twice?
Nope.
Oh.
That would be cool if we did.
I would-
I rolled
I
a
I would like
2
to
and
be
a
level
3.
5 now.
Same.
Do I have 1 hit point? Like, what's going on with health and stuff?
Oh.
I
What is
got
your con
7.
normally?
My con is a 14.
Okay, it is now a 16.
Oh,
Ooh,
oops!
damn!
I
Plus
So-
3 con. That's fat.
Yes. However, remember, most healing spells do not work on you anymore.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
So, that is me being very polite.
Just gotta get the
So- So what are we rolling these d4 for?
mend cantrip. This is for the miracle
sorry?
points.
Oh, they're
How
for
many
the
we have?
miracle
They're for your
points. Okay, I
miracle
have
points.
7.
Keep track of them.
Yeah.
Keep it on your fucking sheet, please.
Okay.
I
Is
got
there
Because
a
if you
way?
forget how many you have,
5.
you end up with 0.
Is there a way we can add like a tracker on D&D Beyond somewhere?
Not that I fucking
You
know
can
of.
go.
I just have
You
it
can
in
go to
notes.
notes and do other.
Yeah,
I would
was just
highly,
gonna
I
say.
would highly
Gotcha.
recommend for both my use and for yours is to put it in notes, start with it, and then every time you spend or use it, you write it down.
Okay.
0 is going to be useful in the keeping or recording of some of that, but you can't rely. I'm not saying you wouldn't do it, but you can't rely on that.
Do you want us to keep track of the maximum total like we've had, or just what we currently have?
At the very minimum, what you currently have. I recommend
Okay.
keeping what you've always done.
Okay. How many we've used as well?
Correct.
Okay. Good to know.
Now, zero up. You
Yeah.
also gain an additional miracle point. Brayden, you
Okay.
gain 3 miracle points.
Fuck yeah. Noted.
And wow, you're lucky fuck. Lianu, you gain 4.
Yeah, 5. So
Nice.
that's on top of the
I
one that I
mean,
already rolled,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Leon, you did perform a miracle of life, so
Okay, I'm a little confused about where the totals are coming from and what it should be, but
He's
we can
rolling.
deal with it later. I get that he's rolling, but never mind. It's fine.
Yeah. So you rolled 2d4. That was a representation of you starting off at getting them at level 5. Then I
Level
rolled
5.
I rolled a 1d4 for each of you based on what you did.
Okay, so the 2d4 roll is the starting amount, and then
I
the number
added
you
that
rolled
amount
is
what I
added
told
to
you.
that?
Correct. Add that to it.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. The reason being is based on how you impacted the world. So you each performed a miracle as an act of service, so you gained it. No, I
Um,
didn't
you
do it for a
roll-
random
Shit.
stranger, so he doesn't get one. Sorry, bud.
Oh, okay.
And then Donson didn't perform a miracle for anyone else at all, so he doesn't get it.
He is no god.
Did you say we're level 5?
I fucking pinged this a while back, actually.
Yeah, we are level 5.
Oh, I think I remember reading it, but I was in the middle of something, so I ended up forgetting about it like quickly.
Be level 6 instead.
No, I'm level 4. Oh,
And in case you guys haven't figured it out, the music box is an artifact.
Okay.
just gonna quickly level up.
One of the 9 question mark. Actually don't. But it is very 9. There aren't many music boxes that I know of that can just give you god powers for a single action. And then some for later down the line.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
So I mean, we're kind of in this crater-esque kind of situation, and there's like the guard around us, correct?
Yes, it is now early morning, and you have quite a crowd around you.
I think Braden's just gonna kind of say, I think we found your killer.
Where?
Somewhere over there, and he'll kind of like turn around, point behind himself. Somewhere over there. Somewhere over there.
On hearing that, Hansen is gonna like hold up a hand and go, "There's no point in looking for him. It was a vampire. It disintegrated. The
Ah,
only thing that was left of it was that box."
well, I guess if we give it to that for evidence, we could process, I don't know, some kind of reward, I guess?
Braden kind of shoots a look to the rest of the party. Kind of just says, like, I think we might just need a couple moments amongst ourselves. We're happy to answer any questions, but I think we need to rest.
A random passerby yells, "How did you fall? How did you live from falling so high?"
And you're just gonna kind of like shrug.
Fall? What do you mean?
Also, why is that guy's color a little weird?
Which one?
I mean, I was kind of already a pale like blue, but
Say, don't we
what
have
is it
like
now?
a tiefling, a really really pale person, and then a half orc?
And then just the dude. 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Noah. Hell yeah, Noah.
Three people
Hell
with
yeah.
weird skin
Hell
tones.
yeah. Yeah.
you're like the two fucking what is it? Football
You're the
players.
token
Yeah,
human
brother.
of the party.
Humanity. Fuck yeah. Okay. So yeah, like I think Braden's just gonna kind of look towards the other. You notice he's still kind of clutching the music box quite firmly, and I think it doesn't appear like he's gonna be one to want to hand it over, but he'll kind of look towards the rest of the party and kind of gesture with his eyes down like one of the kind of alleyways close by, maybe just trying to get out of the public's eye a little bit. We'll say we'll be happy to answer any questions. We'll come find you soon. We just need to
How
rest.
about you stay here and answer him now? Well, in fact,
Friend,
I ought to
if
run you
you-
in. He starts like talking about how he's about to arrest you, and then a lady comes bursting into the crowd. You recognize her. She's the one you saved.
The one who was half turned to gold.
She's got golden feet.
I
Surprisingly
was about to
flexible.
say no more gold, huh?
And she says, I'm not good at LARPing women, so I'm just gonna have to say it. She says that she's like, yeah, you know, like I was coming on my way home from work, and I got attacked, and these guys say, and the guard kind of looks like, I mean, I don't know, but he kind of just throws up his hands and just like, you know what? Honestly, not worth the paperwork, and he just walks off. He rolled a natural 1.
That guy's coping.
Right. Well, I think wanting to get out of the crater and maybe try to get some privacy away from the onlookers, I think Braden's going to kind of make a move to, step out of the crater and, turn around and give a hand to whoever else he can.
Yeah.
I will.
Go ahead.
No, you go for it.
Yeah, Sarah's just gonna kind of take a moment to like prop herself up against like the slope of the crater and like just let her head fall back and look up, and like there's still probably like blood drying all over her face, and she's just gonna sigh and say, "Guard is fucking useless as ever," before like very laboriously standing up and climbing out.
I imagine your hair day is really bad.
Oh, it's awful.
I will help Lianyu, or kind of follow with Lianyu out of the crater, just to kind of make sure he's okay still and is, all there. If we walk past Zerwa, I'll notice that she's pretty battered, and I will offer her my last healing cookie. Just kind of pull it out of my pocket and look. You need this?
Slightly stale.
For sure.
I mean, you look like you could use it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Cool.
Cookie's gone, crunched away.
What's that do numbers wise? Sorry.
It's a small healing potion, minor healing potion.
Oh yeah. Okay.
2d4 plus 2. Or if you're using your action, I think it's just max roll, right?
Okay. So can I use this max? So
Yep.
We're good.
I think so, yeah.
Thanks. Oh.
Leander's just gonna be kind of trying to figure out this body because it doesn't feel normal to him, obviously. My skin color before was a very pale blue. What is it now?
Off-white with a little bit of brown. Do you like scratch your skin at all?
I mean, I definitely would rub it a bit.
It
when I'm
comes
getting out to
off
something.
like a thin coating of clay, and a little speck comes off a bit deeper, and you can kind of see dark like obsidian beneath it.
Yeah. For now. I'm just going to. I'll figure it out later.
So here's an interesting question. If Lianyu created himself a new body, what happened to the old one?
Don't worry about it.
I have another
Because
interesting thought.
Johnson
if
was
Lee-
carrying it.
Not anymore.
I still have all my belongings, necklace, stuff like that, right?
Yep.
I think a darker implication just vocalizes if Lianyu is one of the last biological of his clan. If he's a construct, does that line effectively kind of end with him now?
He still got a
Mhm.
sister.
Yeah, I mean,
yo.
maybe. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh god, okay. Hmm. I think as we're walking, I think Brayden's just gonna kind of start chuckling and then kind of just like break into a little bit of a laugh and just kind of shake his head. He says, "Fuck, I think it was 2 hours ago. We were approaching the town with the plan to go straight to the library with a clear plan of attack. Right? No distractions. I'm sure we said. And then we saw a ship that looked familiar. We really got to stay on course. Yeah."
Yeah, we should really get going. I think we did. That was probably the killer, right?
Surely.
Had to be.
I think on hearing that, Donson will say, if it was the serial killer or not, it didn't matter. It was still an abomination. Very much out of
completely
breath.
wrong.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
Well, it's, from memory, it's somewhat late-ish at night, correct? We were initially leaving the tavern to head to the library. So I think when we kind of maybe get off the street or maybe just away from the public, I think Brayden's gonna kind
So,
of
if you remember, it was getting late in the day, but now it's in the morning.
Yep.
yeah. In that case, I think when we take a few kind of paces, I think Brayden's gonna kind of turn around and says, "Well, I don't know about everyone here, but I think maybe a moment or some rest wouldn't go astray. Maybe we can all go with Johnson, find some books, and set up somewhere for the day. Maybe find something a bit stronger than a cookie for Zura."
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
They're not gonna let me into the library looking like this.
Oh, well. We can always just wait outside if we need to, right? I mean, shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, just keep the women out away from the books. That's never happened before. in history.
Whoa! I think Brayden's gonna kind of say, "Well, you're the local, aren't you?"
Yeah, that's how I know they won't let me in.
Brayden just kind of smiles.
We can go.
I, for one, wouldn't
They're kind
mind.
of stiff about things like that.
I wouldn't mind just waiting outside and just maybe a little bit of fresh air, do some good. How far away is the library from here?
About
Good
an
question.
hour's
How
walk.
far away is it?
Is there a what is the word I'm thinking? A bathhouse. That's what it is. Is there like a bathhouse on there?
Yeah, there is.
That's where Donson is gonna go. And since everyone was gonna follow Donson to the library.
You
All
can
right.
kind of just smell a little bit of chlorine and hot water.
I wouldn't be terribly opposed.
Are we
Might
gonna?
be-
Is this episode spa day? Is that what's happening?
Mannequins.
Friday.
Woo.
We got there a
Manicures.
lot quicker than the last one.
It might be a good idea to take a moment to get ourselves together again.
Yeah, I'm pretty spent.
It's probably best that I rest, considering I just died. So
By the way, would everyone like to roll me a perception check?
Yes, please.
Would I?
Would you?
6.
Would
Five.
I am rolling garbage today. I'm glad this is not
Uh,
the combat session. At 6.
18.
All right.
23.
So you noticed that the clothing of the woman was entirely different.
Oh, okay. The one that we
The
saved.
one that you saved. Yep.
Did anything else about her look different, or was it just the clothing?
She was very well. It looked like she was very well rested and fully recovered.
Okay.
I mean, half of her body wasn't gold, so. Except
Did the alleyway look like it still had some of the scars of the recent fight, or did it look a little tidier than it was when we were there?
Significantly tidier.
Tidier. Okay.
Well,
Interesting.
apart from the passed out drunk, but you know, it's kind of
Yeah.
standard.
So I could probably gather this some time has passed. I just don't know how much, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think as we're kind of walking, I think Braden's gonna kind of quicken his pace a little bit and kind of catch up to Donson, who seems to be kind of leading the troop, and I think he's going to kind of like stride alongside him.
not very hard. He is exhausted.
I think he kind of like strides alongside of him. And he says, "I'm sorry for what I said last night at the bar. I understand that what you have isn't some kind of gift. I apologize if I came across as brash. And I apologize because it almost will certainly happen again." Kind of shoots you a smile.
Donson will look at you and say, "Your apology is accepted, but I do not forgive."
I think as you say that, I think Braden kind of nods and kind of echoes what you said earlier just before, and he says, "As is tradition, right?"
If anything, this is far outside of.
If anything, I hope maybe this last day, whatever the fuck this day was, might open your eyes and give you a bit more reason as to why maybe we should travel together. You're just as involved in all this shit as we are, even if you don't think so.
Donson will definitely give a chuckle and probably say, "The only reason why I'm even involved in all this is because I stick around. A lot of you are dragging, kicking and screaming."
Okay. So, you guys get to a bathhouse, and you like follow the scent, and you understand that it's like an adventurer's guild. It includes a bathhouse, lodgings. It includes and a variety of other amenities. And everyone like so the I'll let you use the old perception checks and I'll think about it. So the perception check that you guys got, you notice a flyer that seems like about a week old. And you realize it's been almost 6 months.
Do you guys see this?
Some reactions are not adding up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I think Braden kind of tilts his head to the side a little bit. Being a place of this setup, I think Braden would expect to see some kind of flyer or notice about something with a serial killer if it was still prevalent. Is there anything at all pertaining to that?
Yes, still unaccounted for.
I think Braden just kind of looks at that. And
The attacks like stopped a while ago, but they still haven't caught him.
Did it seem
Well-
like the attack stopped in line of the same timeline when we killed him, quote unquote?
If you spend enough time looking at the flyers, kind of put the timeline in your head, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Does this mean that they got the killer then?
Or maybe we actually did, but
I didn't expect to roll that high for as long as time you guys have been away, so I rolled afterwards. I should have rolled before.
If these dates are right and this timeline adds up,
So
We
pretend
were-
that they knew about that. Pretend it didn't fuck up.
We'll retcon it in our memories.
All right, good.
we were out for a while.
But
Not
we were
long
only
enough.
out for a few minutes.
That's what it felt like.
Great. Now I can add time travel to the amount of shenanigans you get in.
Didn't we tell you we lost 30 years before?
All in a decade's work. I think Braden
You're
said.
not joking.
Kind of.
Just Donson staring at Sarua dead-eyed. Just, you're not joking.
I wish I was.
Yeah, I guess technically I'm almost 50, huh?
You know, I don't like to think about that.
Explains why my back and knees are hurting all the time.
Does feel weird to think about.
Back and knees hurting, complaining about all those while Donson is literally struggling to walk.
Yeah, so you guys arrive at the Adventurers Guild, and they've got quite a bit of services, including a bathhouse. They even have a full functioning tavern inside there. Pretty much anything that the average adventurer would need. There's even like a small training ground out back with a couple of different masters available. And Zera, you would remember that there used to be a guild like this. There used to be, but it's been defunct for a long fucking time. Someone's brought it back.
Finally, my isekai fantasies are being realized. We have the adventures.
Yeah, I feel like I'd probably like fill in the group on that. Just be like, this was empty by the time I left. It wasn't.
You're not sure if it came back in the time that you were away the first time, or if it came back since you just since just now. You know what I mean? You're not sure during which time it came back, but it definitely wasn't like an established adventurers guild last time you were in the city. You know that for
Yeah.
certain. There was like the occasional pub where you might go and like sign up for a captain or something like that, but there's very much word of mouth kind of thing.
You said it has most things an adventurer would need. Does it have any kind of like simple armory or some kind of shop for
Yep.
basic needs? Okay.
It has
I
a
might
general
have to
store.
take a look at that. I might have to take a look at that.
Includes all common items in the PHB.
Okay. 'Cause
Not
Noah
magical
needs-
common items.
Yeah. Noah needs to wear armor. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I need something. Fucking cloak
If
on.
you
and-
guys want to spend extended downtime, you could pick up new skills.
New
But
skill.
you would
Okay.
have to join the guild and then earn the right to train.
Interesting. Are we gonna have an adventuring party name? Are we gonna start our adventuring party and name ourselves?
Donson
The
will
fizzle
not let
fuckers.
his name be
Yeah.
promoted.
God.
Whoa.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I think as we sorry, Dunson. I think
3 drops fall onto your face, Braden,
3 drops.
of water.
I think Braden's gonna kind of like peer upwards, kind of like flicking his hair a little bit out of the way so he can get a clear view. Does he see anything at all?
You hear sniffling.
Braden's just peering up. Can you see anything?
You hear sniffling, like crying.
I think Braden kind of looks a bit kind of confused. Hello?
The gnome appears behind you. I missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's it
Uh,
hasn't been long enough.
All right.
There's no place like Gnome.
Brandon just looks defeated. I think it's just it's been a long day. I'm fine. It's cool. Yeah, honestly.
He opens up a tub of Haagen-Dazs.
I think Braden's gonna kind of sigh and he says, "I got a fucking few bones to pick with you about you and the cat and what's going on, but we just need a little bit of time."
Full of ice cream, he says, "She started it."
Yeah, look, I have a lot of questions, but I yeah, let's go inside. Just gonna kind of eject himself from the conversation quickly. While he is mentally compelled to attack the cat, he's emotionally compelled to attack the gnome. So he wants to eject himself from the situation in the space, I think.
Okay.
Fizzlebang catching all of these strays.
Hey man, he's catching strays. He's the guy that fired the first few shots. Like,
Yeah,
by
this
the way,
guy
man,
is
here's
like-
a soul binding contract to kill a cat. It's like, excuse me, what?
Just a cat. Well, not a cat.
Well, an angel.
Cat-like thing.
But yeah, I think Braden is just quick. As soon as he kind of appears, Braden's just going to kind of shake his head and just kind of like approach towards the door. You know, put the palm of his hand on the door and kind of open it up and just wanting to kind of get away from it and go inside. And you'll
He's like right in your head. And the moment you get inside the door, it's like something knocks him off. And so he's seen floating, and no one else sees him. But he's like he's trying to poke his finger in the door, and it's like a magical barrier appears.
I think Braden turns around with like a massive kind of shit-eating grin on his face. He looks very, very amused at it and doesn't question any
Anti-gnome
further.
spray, baby.
Yeah, honestly. Fizzlebangs, yeah. I think Braden will say just like making sure everyone just knows or sees.
That gnome.
Can you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Johnson
Everything
just
goes dead
"Ooh."
quiet.
Uh-oh.
You could hear a pin drop.
Johnson just saying, "Who?"
Mm.
He has not met Fizzlebang yet.
He's a headache.
He's done a
Birds
lot
of a
of
feather.
weird things. I don't think any of us want to be near him or talk to him or be within a 100-foot radius of him, mile radius, anything like that.
Are people staring at us in this silence?
Yes.
Okay.
We're staring at Braden.
Maybe we should talk about him when it's a bit more private. Something seems off here.
I think Braden's gonna just kind of sweep his glance through the room, kind of like part his arms, and he says, just kind of like addressing the room. It's been a long day. If those eyes have questions, they're welcome to be met. But otherwise, mind your own fucking business. Yeah, he's gonna just kind of cross his arms and take a few paces in and just move towards the table.
A guy is this medium-sized adventurer, kind of bulky, is mid chewing bread, and he says, "Yeah, where is that pig fucker?"
Braden just kind of throws a thumb over his shoulder, like gesturing over his shoulder. Out there.
He picks up a giant axe. Great, there's a massive bounty on his fucking head. Where is he?
I think Braden kind of just looks amongst the rest of the party. I think just kind of like assuming they can all see him. It's like every other time everyone else has been able to. So I think Braden just kind of assumes everyone else can see him, and yeah, just kind of gives a shrug. Kind of like
he
a
walks
bit of an
right underneath the gnome that's flying.
He
does not see.
There. Braden kind of just points like over the guy.
Is he flying?
Yeah. Can you guys not?
He rolls a crit.
Mm.
So he swings his axe and hits Fizzlebang right in the skull. The axe turns to Play-Doh. Hey, what'd you do to my axe?
Take it up with a gnome. I think Brayden kind of just shoots a apologetic look towards the rest of the party, like not necessarily wanting to draw attention or anything. He kind of just gives a sorry look and a shrug. Maybe we should park ourselves down somewhere.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So you guys are at a full-service adventurers guild. What is the first thing you do?
Yeah, I think a bath. Definitely clean myself up.
I think Brayden's gonna just take like an hour or so and just kind of chill at the table. I think he might grab a few drinks, just bring them back if people stay, if people go off. I think Brayden's just gonna kind of park himself up and just kind of like work through what they kind of just all experienced. I think he's gonna kind of just sit there like checked out a little bit.
There's a big old sign next to the bath entrance, and next to the bath entrance, and it says members only.
Son of a Donson, after seeing the sign, will go to the front desk and be like, "What is it gonna take to get a bath?"
To get a
I'll
what?
follow.
A bath.
She like looks at you, holds her nose, and then offers you a guest pass.
Thank you.
I imagine
Would you mind-
Donson smells like really rotten sulfur right now.
I would imagine he smells like a campfire.
Okay.
Right next to Donson. Would you mind if I got one of those too?
She
To the
weighs
lady.
off. Go ahead.
Thank you. Head back over.
Lena is very skeptical about a bathhouse right now, considering his skin, I suppose.
You can have one of those bird dirt baths that chinchillas do.
During the bath, if nothing is happening outside of just what I'm doing, I'm probably going to take special care with washing the bite marks, probably one or two or whatever that are on my neck or shoulder or whatever, and just kind of extra clean those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you concerned
Feel a
that
little-
I have rolled Constitution saves you behind the screen?
I think Noah's just a little uncomfortable and repulsed by the thought of whatever it did to him, and so he's just kind of like,
Fair enough.
get as much of
how
it off of
hard
me and
are
out of me as I
you-
can.
How hard are you hiding the bite marks, if at all?
I would probably be trying to go to the most private section of the bath as I could. If it's a public bath, then just kind of away from everyone else. But I probably wouldn't be like, and I might be like holding my hand on my shoulder, but I wouldn't be like intentionally trying to wrap it with a towel or anything.
There is
I gotta find out if Donson sees it.
there is a public
Natural
bath
one.
for guilds.
Mm-hmm.
For members of the guild, there's also a private bath that you can pay to use.
Okay. What did the guest pass get us into?
The public one.
The public one. Okay. Then I'll just go to the public one and sit as far away from most other people as I can.
Donson rolled a natural one, so he is not paying attention to you. Although this would be the first time that you see Donson without any of his bandaging or whatever, and he is like covered in like third-degree burns and like burn scars and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I get
Although
to,
he has not taken his scarf off at all, it's still covering half of his face.
Yeah. If I do notice anyone giving attention to the mark on my neck or whatever, then I might start to like kind of subtly cover it with my hand or try to hide it. But if no one's paying attention to it, I'm not gonna try too hard.
I used my new dice to roll for their emotional state. So there is you're in like one in the corners, and you in the opposite corner of you there are 4 female orcs,
Okay.
and they are looking at you.
I'm just gonna try and
Oh, so it's
ignore
a
them and
co-ed
focus.
bath. Good to know.
Correct.
How big is this bath? Like how far away are they?
About the size of a swimming pool.
Okay, so pretty decently sized. Yeah, I'll just, I mean, kind of like if I'm assuming from that far away, I can't tell exactly if they're just looking at me or the bite mark, so I'm just gonna try and ignore them and focus on cleaning a little bit.
I like to imagine that because Donson is just perpetually fire, when he finally does get into the tub, his section just becomes a hot tub.
That's literally what I was imagining as well. I love it.
Just
No, it
steam
already
coming up and
it is a
boiling.
hot, like the water's already hot. It's very warm.
You said
Like a
something about
hot
a
spring.
private bath, right?
Yep.
Um,
You would not be able to use it as a guest.
how much is it? Can I inquire on how much it might be
50
like
gold per day.
per day? Can I rent it for an hour?
You would not be able to rent it with a guest pass. You have to be a member.
Well, I can't even do it without. I
Correct.
can't even do it by paying. Okay.
By the way, Noah, the female orcs overtly whistle at you.
Okay. Are they just whistling?
Nice, they're tag
Whistling? Are
calling.
they like whispering to each other or anything?
They see you and catcall you.
Okay. I think Noah will
This is-
probably. He's probably already blushing because of the hot bath, but maybe blush a little bit and just try even harder to ignore them and clean a little faster.
Oh no.
Here would grumble. I like it when they're timid.
Oh God.
This
Okay.
is not where I was expecting this to go.
With the guest pass, I guess I'll step in. Very delayed, of course.
In one of the corners there are like 3 stalls if you're like super shy.
I'll go to one of those stalls, but as I'm entering, I do so. I just have like a towel wrapped around me right now, right?
Whatever you decide.
I'll just,
Some people are
yeah,
more clothed than others, put it that way.
yeah. So
It is a medieval bath. Usually modesty is optional in some cases, so
I will.
Oh, sorry.
Do I see these orcs like making advances on Noah?
yes.
Are they still across the pool though? Like they're still away from me?
Yep.
Okay. Also, if after the cat call, I would have put up a minor illusion, just kind of like some kind of wall to keep them from looking at me. Something
She
basic
counterspells
that
it.
she counterspells my minor illusion. Wow,
are
dude,
in-
I can't get any
Oh
spell off. What the fuck?
This
Jesus.
is a freaking adventurers guild, so
Oh
wizards
my
are
God.
here. That's actually hilarious.
I'll fucking do it again. Minor illusion.
She holds up a pearl of power. I can do this all day, babe.
I think at
With
this
great
point,
power comes
Donson-
great
I
responsibility.
guess.
At
Jesus.
this point, Donson is probably in his corner. He's just gonna whistle out and just be like, "Leave the kid alone."
They start to laugh and then turn away.
Gosh.
Poor Noah getting bullied.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he'll hurry up his cleaning. Like he'll make sure to clean, thoroughly, but just speed it up a little bit and maybe awkwardly get out of the bathroom faster than he would have previously.
Yeah,
the
so the side that they're at, there's
bathhouse.
actually like in the section that they're at, like part of the water comes up and then there's an extra tall lip. And so what they are is they're in like kind of like almost like a little booth. And they're playing dice.
Okay. Okay, interesting. And also, I would probably sink lower under the water while I glow. So I can't use magic to hide myself. Damn it!
Use the water.
I think I'm gonna
Suddenly,
see
the
that and
water
just kind
around
of
you becomes more clear.
Yeah.
Gosh.
leave him to his own devices for now because he's in a bit of a predicament with his body, and go to one of the stalls. And then he's just gonna like wash himself and kind of see what happens to the skin and stuff.
The water starts to get absorbed into your skin, and it starts to feel more soft. But at the same time, it seems like impurities in the dirt that you are molded out of start to leach into the water. So it's not like you're coming apart.
Wait, so you said it feels like I'm coming apart?
So it's not like you're coming apart. It's like just soaking in the waters enough to get whatever you need to off you.
Okay. So when I like rubbed at my skin, you said there was like an obsidian layer or something like colored under it. Is that like going away if I were to continue to?
Nope.
Or is it healing?
It is it essentially is there is like your arms and everything else is made out of rock obsidian.
And
Obsidian, not marble.
Okay. So that you said that was just my arms and legs, or what was it?
Your arms, legs, chest. It's like your entire underlayer is made out of obsidian.
And where I like scratched at quote unquote earlier, is that healing?
No. You get the feeling that the top layer is mostly cosmetic.
Well, I am going to just try and maintain that there and washed off whatever, and then go back and
roll
just
perception.
Perception. 20.
Noah's doing a terrible job of hiding himself.
There is a at the opposite end on the table against a wall. There is what appears to be a what obviously is a warforged. He seems to be made out of clay, and he is currently applying some kind of oil to his skin.
I'll see that.
Wait, there's a warforged?
Yep.
Gonna be very confused and unaware, but I'm just gonna continue as though what I'm doing is normal, and then finish up my bath again, or not again, but
this place is basically a concentration of everything that is rare or unusual. If it could happen, you'll probably encounter it here at some point. As in people, anyway.
Even banned races.
Yep.
Arakoa flying overhead. Oh fuck.
They actually have a whole mountain to themselves. Actually,
I think.
I was going to say, if there's an Aarakocra here.
Is anyone at the table still? Or was everyone kind of dispersed?
Which table?
It's the one that we kind of initially sat down at.
Okay, I think Zero's still there, right?
Yeah, my thought was to have a drink or two before trying to deal with anything.
I think when we're kind of if we're sitting at the table, the others kind of scurry off. I think Braden's going to kind of just like raise a cup a little bit, just kind of across from Zero, and he'll say, "Did you know her name?"
Who?
The girl you sent the light to.
No.
Do you know if it found her?
No.
Well, I'm sure it did. And for what it's worth, I think it's a very selfless thing that you did that.
Thanks, I think. I don't know how to explain it, but it did feel like the right thing.
It's good. It's good that even if it's just for a moment, at least there was someone up there, or some people up there, at just some point of time that at least did the right thing.
You know, not to doom and gloom as if there's any other choice. This is stupid. This is stupid. I spent a long time being the one asking for that. And I never got any light. It doesn't matter. It's and she's just gonna spend a little time taking a drink. And you know, when you have like a booth at a restaurant, you can kind of sit sideways in it and like almost treat it like it's like
A
a
lounge
very
or
small
sofa.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's gonna
yeah.
kind of like curl up doing that. And she's still like, you know, maybe a little bit less on the edge of passing out, but not looking fantastic. And there's, you know, dried blood in her hair and on her face. And it's all around not great. And hands are shaking just a little bit, except where there's stability like on the drink.
I think Braden's going to Braden's just gonna kind of nod. Says, I definitely understand that. It's I guess that's part of the reason why I wanted to be someone of faith to begin with. You know, I guess you can sit there complaining about it, but you can get up and be someone to do something about it, which I think today we at least all were able to do. You look like hammered shit. I'm gonna leave you to rest. Braden kind of smiles, and he kind of like looks down towards his hands and this holy symbol, and he said, "If I had anything left to give, I'd give it. I'm spent as well." And he'll kind of like stand up, and he'll put his hand to the holy symbol, kind of like on the cloak, kind of attached to the kind of like pauldron-esque kind of things he wears, and he'll kind of like undo his cloak, and he'll kind of like flick the cloak over the table, over Zura, seeing her kind of like nestling into the booth for like some kind of moment, and he'll put the remainder of his drink and kind of just like slide it across the table before her. He'll kind of give a 2-finger salute, says, "Good luck, Captain."
Mm.
And then I think Braden's gonna go to the bath as well.
An old sailor woman comes over, and she's obviously a sailor by her very look to you, Zerwa. And she hands you a drink and says, "Looks like you need it."
Thanks, I'm collecting them.
She nods, and she's gonna say, "Are you looking for work by chance?"
Oh, well, the instinct is always yes, but I guess that depends. What's the work?
She leans in. Look, normally we'd post it up on the board like anyone else, but I understand that you're not necessarily a guild member. Is that correct?
Yeah. Last time I was here, this wasn't even built up, so.
Ah, good. So, back before this place, she scratches her neck, exactly became what it is, um, I had, let's just say, a minor disagreement with this, gentleman. And, well, one thing led to another, and I stabbed him in the throat. And she points back to the training grounds. Right back there.
All right.
Problem is, well, I kind of need to work here, and I need to work nights, if you get my drift.
Uh-huh.
So, there's only a slight chance of a haunting. And your fellows seem to be the kind of, I don't know, holy guy?
Uh,
Any chance you could help a gal out?
I don't know. Is this time sensitive?
Well, kind of. Look, I'm not saying people are getting drained in the middle of the night, but I'm not saying they're not.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Does anything ever go right in this city? Don't answer
No.
that.
No.
Don't answer that. I said don't answer that. Listen, I am not gonna promise you a single fucking thing today. Actually, I'm not gonna promise anything, but I can talk to them. I can talk to the people I'm with. It's an option. Maybe. Um, listen. Look at you. And she's gonna kind of like, gesture up and down, like, almost judgmentally, but not.
Only kind of a bitch? Okay.
I know enough. Liz, I was all set to become you. If you got a ghost problem because you stabbed somebody, you know that's on you, right?
Yeah. She pulls out a dagger and does like stabbing motion. Turns out doesn't work so great on ghosts. She shrugs.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
What'd this guy do?
She shrugs. Handsy.
I mean, fair. All things fair. Just unfortunate that it had to be here, if you gotta work here.
No kidding. It was a warehouse back then. Of course,
And
it doesn't
I
help
work
he was a
here.
magistrate. And I would go to the guild, but ever since the strange... Well, ever since that fucking gnome came around and turned a bunch of people into frogs, I mean, it's just... Nobody, all anyone ever cares about is that bounty.
That checks out. That's...
Yeah.
Have you... I assume it's the same guy. Have you met him? He's fucking awful.
Huh?
The gnome.
Roll me an insight.
Okay. Oh, great. 5.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Count yourself lucky. Listen, I'll talk to my friends. We can maybe figure something out. Again, no promises. But, when was this, by the way? When did you have this encounter?
Oh, nigh on... I don't know. 10 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I respect you. I respect that choice.
So about that gnome, what do you know about him?
Only that he's fucking obnoxious. And that somehow he keeps trying to hurt people I care about.
Ah, I see. Taking a personal interest in you, has he?
I don't fucking know. He just keeps showing up.
Do you know how to kill him?
No. I think if I knew that, I wouldn't have done it by now.
Fair enough. Look, hiring's kind of dried up for the guild, but tell you what, you do this little favor for me and I'll see if I can't make sure your paperwork's at the top of the list. That is, if guild work interests you.
We'll see.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to my table.
Wait.
Yes?
Anything you can do to get me into a bath that means I won't bleed in everybody else's?
She looks at you. I suppose. Up the stairs, 3rd floor. I believe it's 4th room down on the right.
Thank
Just
you.
my suite. You can use a bath in there.
I goes a long way. I owe you one.
I know. She puts
and
down the
she'll-
drink. Go and get yourself cleaned up.
She'll get up wordlessly and head that direction and wash off all the blood.
All right. What is Braden doing?
I think just gonna make his way just towards the path. I imagine it's probably like maybe only 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes after the others had set off. Probably have a couple of drinks prior to that. I think like walking over towards the bathhouse, you mentioned like a bit of like a training area outside. I think before going to like go into the bath, I think Braden might just spend like half an hour or an hour just like running some drills out in the yard kind of thing first. I think there's some bliss and comfort and kind of like martial steps or processes that I think you would find some shelter in at the moment. He isn't necessarily like looking to talk to anyone. He's just going to go run through a couple of drills, kind of similar to what he was doing with the glaive back at the place between places. And yeah, that's basically what Braden's going to do.
What are you doing, Donson?
He has definitely fallen asleep in the
All right. Leonia.
Coming back from the bath. What time is it in the day about now?
Early midday.
Early midday. Okay. I'm just going to. Coming back from the bath, I'll kind of go back to the table that we were all at after I dress myself and prepare myself again. Zerwa and Braden are there, right?
I assume they were left.
Well, you passed Braden on the way.
Oh, I
in.
passed Braden.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think honestly, I'm probably not. I'm still, low and not necessarily the healthiest right now, at least that I know of. Did you say that this guild offers rooms?
Yep.
Passing Braden, I'm just gonna quickly say in passing to him, I'm gonna grab a room and probably just keep myself in it for a bit.
Yeah, no, I'll
If you need me, you should be able to find me. Probably just ask. And
Do you
I'll
want me
tell you
to,
what room I gave you.
do you want me to bring some food up to you a bit later?
Sure, that'd be nice, I guess.
You are you doing all right?
I think I seem to not be really in the body that I knew or I was in before, I guess. So I think I'm just gonna spend the rest of my day kind of figuring it out and
Right. Well, I'll make sure to knock before giving you the food. He kind of shoots you a smile and just gives you a nod.
Yeah, thanks. Just ask where I am and I'll let her know that you guys have access to my room.
Gotcha. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know, yeah?
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Good to have you back. Don't go doing that again, though.
I won't be too reckless next time.
Just kind of gives you a nod and gives you a 2-finger salute, and then, yeah, turns around and continues on his way.
I'm gonna go up to, I guess, innkeeper, something like that, like tavern keep, whatever, whoever I'd
Bartender
probably
is
go up
basically
to.
universal.
Bartender.
She
Okay.
will tell you that rooms are technically for members only, but she has a slot in the back. You can basically sleep on a pallet in the back if you want.
Oh, I, I'm gonna like flash my guest pass. Will this let me get through at all?
She looks at you. I'm literally the one
For
that gave you that.
for the one there's just for a night at least.
No can do.
It's fine. Say, becoming a member of this guild, how hard is it?
Ah, mostly paperwork, proof of deeds.
Could I do it within next hour?
Normally it takes a couple of days.
But could I?
The only one you could do that's a guild master.
That's not worth the effort. Is there some kind of inn nearby, maybe that's right next door or something like that I could go to, that you could direct me to?
Well, not in this street, but a couple streets over, maybe.
Okay. I'll come back and see what I need. Thank you. And I'm just gonna kind of go to that table that we were at and sit there for a bit. Wait for everyone else to finish what they're doing.
Okay. Noah, once you're done washing and being ogled, what do you want to do?
I'll kind of shift uncomfortably out of the bathhouse and start heading down the hallway. I'm assuming passing that training room. And I'll probably just, if I notice Brayden doing some routines and stuff, it'll probably catch my eye and I'll step in and I'll just, not just watching him, but I'll kind of observe everyone in there and see what they're doing, what they're using to train with. Is anyone sparring? Are they using real weapons? Like what kind of do I gather from observing this training room?
By the way, as you're getting out of the bath,
Mhm.
the orc rolls a 17 to hit with a towel.
Okay, like a towel snap or like throwing
Yep,
it across the
towel
room?
snap.
Gosh. Okay. That does hit.
Does-
Do I take damage?
You take 4 damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Let it up, squeal.
Noah will probably yelp a little bit and then skitter out, kind of holding his cheek. But he's gonna try and not look back or make eye contact. But yeah, then going to the training room, observing kind of what people are doing, what kind of people are in there, what they're using to train. What kind of do I gather from that?
There is a training master. People are training with all kinds of different weapons.
Mm-hmm.
There's people in a ring sparring. There are lots of dummies. People are hitting over and over again. There's even the master leading the class.
Okay, so it's like there is like a teacher or an instructor leading
Yep.
people. Okay, and the
Once
people
even
in the
yelling at
ring.
your recruits on how to put on armor.
Okay, and the people in the ring, are they sparring with real weapons or like wooden replicas?
They look like real weapons, but there's a blue glow around them.
Okay. Okay. I'll probably just observe for like 30 minutes or an hour. and then we can come back to me if other things need to happen in that time, or if not, after that hour of just kind of seeing what's going on, kind of observing how people fight, and if there's anybody that would fight more similarly to me, and what kind of things they're using and armor they're wearing. Is there anybody that would fight more acrobatically or kind of hit and run nimbly?
Okay.
I like to imagine it's just a guy running around the training room stabbing people in the back. Just like, you know, just yeah, it's like, sorry. Just,
All these people trying to take their training seriously, and he's just like hiding behind poles and coming back, shaking them, hiding back
kicking
behind
him
a
in the
pole.
shin. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, somebody who fights more with a light-footed acrobatic style than something like Brayden would fight with, obviously.
This one guy's in the corner training, and he's wearing like leather armor, and one of this guy comes in with a quarter staff, tries to swing at it. He takes a quarter staff, bats it aside, whips out around, smacks him in the ass, and the guy gets kind of angry at this, and he throws a punch. He grabs him by the pinky and just holds him in that hold,
Okay.
then lets him
Alright.
go.
After he lets him go, what do they do anything unique?
They get like really angry, and they start like trying to jab over and over again. And he's just like not caring and just dodging to the left and the right without like barely moving.
Okay. So I'll take note of the fact that he's wearing leather armor and he's fighting a lot more light-footed, and just kind of observing how he's dodging, where he's looking when he dodges, and what he's doing, how his stance is. And after observing that for a bit, I'll probably go back out to wherever that armory or whatever is. Because I think you said there was something like that in here, right?
You kind of like turn around and you see the same man, and he's holding your purse.
The same guy that held the dude's pinky?
Yep.
Okay. And I'll kind of look back to where I last saw him, and then look back to him.
No one's there.
Can I look around and see if I see him again? Find him?
What I'm saying is you're looking at him holding your purse. You look behind you, and there never was anyone there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying when I looked back, he was gone again. Okay.
Correct.
So
he tosses your purse at you and says, "You should keep more careful of that."
Yeah. I mean, don't really have a whole lot on me right now, anyways. But you're probably right. Who are you, if you don't mind me asking?
He bows. Darian. So call me
Darian?
Shadowblade. He opens up his hand, and a dagger appears out of shadow. Then he disappears again. The dagger disappears again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm Noah. Nice to meet you. I'll kind of hold out a hand like I'm going to shake.
He smiles and takes her hand.
Do you train in here often?
Not usually, no. Most people aren't worth the time.
Gotcha. Well, I noticed the way you fight is a lot different from everyone else in here. It kind of caught my eye. Closer to, I guess, how I deal with things, if you could really call it fighting. This might be a weird request. If you ever have free time at some point, would you be able to show me a bit about how you move like you do?
I suppose. I'm one of 5 captains anyway.
One of 5 captains? What do you mean?
The guild, initiate, scout, corsair, captain, admiral.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I'm not actually a part of the guild. We're kind of just visiting right now. Not entirely sure how long we'll be in town.
Fair enough. Of course, with the new resurgence, you'll probably find more or less installations all across the world now. Of course,
Okay.
this is the main headquarters, but we even have an office in Spalding now.
Mm,
Wow,
Well, what exactly is
since
this
the
place
incident,
about?
anyway.
Incident? What do you mean?
He wouldn't
Well,
believe me if I told you.
try me.
Well, he pulls out a chair and he kind of gestures for you to sit in the corner, and he says, "So you know how like crazy wizards are, right? With irresponsible magic. He flicks and creates a spell that like a little bolt of fire at the tip of his finger. You know, not like little tricks like this, like big magic. Well,
I've seen.
some
Go for it.
wizards are able to summon creatures, right? Well, this one decided to
Okay.
make a bloody deal with one, and it didn't go his way. So there was this massive rampaging demon in the city, and all of a sudden, from the sky, like the bolts of like just pure energy, fucking kills the thing out of nowhere. That was a Baylor too. I wouldn't want to fuck with one of those things.
You might find it surprising, but I think I believe you without really any doubt.
Hmm.
Um, what this guild and that what happened there, was that related to the guild? Was that wizard a guild member or something?
No. But it kind of came together. Basically, there used to be something like this about, I don't know, 60 years ago. But basically, lots of issues with corruption and all that. So it wasn't really used all that much. But pretty much all the nations came together, and or at least major players in the nations at least, decided that they needed some kind of organization to deal with really strong threats that are apparently rising in the countryside. We've seen an uprising of threats in the past few years or so, at least past couple of decades, but it's gotten so much worse now. It used to be the average bandit goblin, but yeah, I mean most adventurers can deal with those easy enough. But now we've got crazy large creatures wandering about, things we haven't even seen before.
Do you have any idea why this increase in dangers has come about?
Hell if I know. But it's as if things are being brought here from all over the place. I don't know. It's the only way I can describe it.
Well, it seems interesting. How difficult is it to join a guild or this guild, I guess?
Well, mostly you need three things. One, you need someone to vouch for you. Two, you need to fill out the paperwork and all that. It's mostly a bunch of legalese. And three, you need proof of deed. Basically, either noble heritage or proof of power.
Okay. And if I were to join the training class and everything else in here I'd have access to, is there anything I wouldn't?
Well, some of it's based on your rank, but for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
You even have a
Uh,
small modest library. It's mostly related to specific classes or warfare, but yeah.
And is that restricted to guild members?
Yes.
Okay. What do you know about the bigger library in town? How good is that?
Well, I mean, it's about as good as a library you'd find around, I would think. I mean, I only know of a couple other towers that are like it.
Okay.
One's in Spalding and others in the Noble Quarter.
Gotcha.
The owls are all in Noble Quarter.
I I might actually consider joining. I'll have to think about it though. I appreciate you talking to me though. I appreciate your time.
He flips a coin between his fingers, thinks the tip.
Yeah, all yours. Um, and if when I leave, is there a way I could find you again easily? Could I find you here in the next week or so?
Well, I have a mission I gotta go in a couple weeks, but till then, probably, yeah.
Okay. I might drop by again and you know ask you a few more things. But thank you.
Yep.
Do you need anything from me or have any questions for me? I realize I've kind of been doing all the asking here.
No, I do. I handle the more subtle introductions. Don't worry about it. It's part of my job.
Well, thank you. And I'll start to get up and Well, good luck with your training. Seems like you're kind of running circles around your partner over there.
Oh, that? He looks at you. That was an illusion.
Oh. I have some knowledge of those. I'd say I'm decent at them, but I definitely didn't notice yours was one.
Well, I'll come to the territory.
Maybe we'll have a little bit to talk about that too in the future. But until then, I think I'm gonna go head back with my friends, the people I came here with.
Fair enough. I'll nurse my drink.
Thank you again, and I'll start walking out.
All right.
And I'll head back to the table and just kind of sit back with them for now and think about going to the store later. But I want someone else to have time to do stuff right now.
All right. So Brayden,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
So I think Brayden probably just spends a little bit of time, kind of training room for a while, just kind of running a few drills. If anyone tries to approach him, he might just kind of give them like a polite kind of nod, but he's very much kind of keeping to himself. I think he'll kind of watch Noah interact and talk to someone. Brayden, if Noah was not going to approach someone, Brayden was going to approach Noah and give him a spear and start kind of doing a couple of drills with him. But I think it's probably for the best that he found someone else. I think after a while, I think Brayden's gonna kind of just kind of heavily catch his breath, probably like to the point of exhaustion, which I'll apply a point of exhaustion to the character sheet. I think Brayden's going to kind of like look up to the sky, kind of thinking about what happened, and he's been kind of like mulling something over his mind for a while after the experience of before, and his left hand's gonna go to his pack. He's gonna pull out the small little marker of the bird. And Brayden wants to see if he can kind of like go to some kind of courtyard area, somewhere outdoors. Ideally, with like maybe a little bit kind of out of sight, just a little bit of privacy. But there's nothing like that. Just outside to a courtyard, and assuming he can find one.
Mm-hmm.
Brayden's gonna kind of approach the center of it, kind of just like let his glaive rest, and he's gonna kind of lower himself and kind of sit cross-legged. He's gonna just inspect the little bird statue, kind of twirling it between his grip, kind of holding it up to the sky. And he's gonna kind of think back to what he's seen other people with this kind of position and senior of his position do. And he's gonna kind of close his eyes, take a deep breath. And he says, "This is a lie that I heard someone tell their horse, their dear friend that they knew for years. It feels almost a little bit wrong to say this to you." He says, "Thinking of you keeps me awake. Dreaming of you keeps me asleep. Being with you keeps me alive. I have a lot of fucking baggage, and I need someone to help carry it." And Brayden's going to use a miracle point and cast Find Greater Steed on the bird.
All right. The
So
bird reappears.
yeah, like mechanically, I don't think it really does anything, but I think it just kind of gives some kind of surety that if the bird were to die, Brayden can potentially resummon it. Is like mechanically doesn't change how the bird works, but just kind of gives a little bit of insurance policy.
Roll me
I think
perception check as well.
Okay. 4. That one.
You don't notice anything.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. I think so Brayden's going to kind of close his eyes and so you want me to roll just a flat D20, no mods?
Based on it depends on the roll. It's a spell you'll eventually cast.
Correct, yes.
So you can learn to cast it currently don't know, so the DC is 10. Flat
Cool.
D20, you can add more miracle points to get a bonus to your roll.
Rolling now. I rolled a 2. Never mind. So I guess it kind of fizzles and fails, right?
Yep.
So I think like Brayden kind of like is closing his eyes, thinking about this rush of divinity that he kind of had, and then he kind of opens his eyes and sees that nothing's happened, and he just kind of slumps his shoulders.
The bird still
kinda-
appears. However, you notice something strange. Belinda's head
Mhm.
pops out from behind the bird. Hi.
Uh, you know, if Bird was called in a moment of need, you might not be in a very safe place. What are you doing here, Belinda?
Well, you know. She tries to like come up with an excuse, but it's pretty obvious she just didn't want to leave you, and so she climbed on the back of the bird.
Well, guess you're here now. You know where this is?
She looks around. No idea.
Yeah, I think that makes most of us. Have a seat if you want. I'm just enjoying some fresh air. We're in a safe place here for the moment. Luckily for you. Brayden kind of looks towards the bird and kind of just like raises a hand and kind of puts it on his beak.
It's sniffing your hand as if waiting for food.
I think Brayden's probably just going to go through his pack, and he only has some kind of like dried rations, so it's like nothing fancy by any means. But he'll kind of just empty the pack of whatever he has and give it to the bird. It's definitely clear that Brayden's like very disappointed that it didn't kind of work for him. It's just like another proof that like the whole divine is a bit of a scam. And yeah, I think he's going to kind of sigh, and he'll just kind of sit across from Belinda, and I mean, I'm happy to have a conversation with her, but I'm obviously just aware I don't want to take too much time from other people. But that's what Brayden's doing, is just going to sit down and just talk with Belinda. He'll kind of
You hear
tell her what
stomach
happened, what
rumble.
transpired. All right, let's get you some food. Yeah, come inside.
Yeah, I feel
others are all
really
inside.
tired. I feel like I haven't slept in forever.
Well, when was the last time you did sleep?
I don't know. I don't remember that much. I got back on the bird, and then I felt really small. And that's the last thing I remember.
Brayden just nods and says, "All right, well, why don't we find a room for you to get some sleep in? But first, let's get some food in you. Yeah, how's that sound?"
Okay. Hold on. I'm getting a call. She pulls out like a square stone, and she puts it up next to her ear.
God damn it, Theo.
And she just nods, and she holds out the rock phone to you, and she says, Sebastian's really mad.
Why are you holding it to me?
He wants to talk to you. She looks down sheepishly.
I think Brayden kind of looks around at the empty courtyard. Oh, is he coming here or what?
She holds it out to you.
Brayden's gonna kind of like grab it carefully, kind of like a bit gingerly, but kind of confused, and he'll kind of like bring it to his lips as if it was kind of like a hot dog, like not not bringing it to his ear, and he's just gonna kind of, let's say, like a hello, Sebastian.
Where the hell were you?
I can tell you where we are now.
What the fuck happened?
Oh, it's been a long day. Can you come here, see all of us, and we'll fill you in on what happened.
I
don't know,
can't
there's
leave.
Look, it's just myself here at the moment. I think this is probably better to have with everyone here. Can I talk to you later?
Are you trying to hang up on me?
Look, there's a vampire in the street. We fought it.
You brought
I
it next
threw
to a vampire?
Belinda's safe. She's fine. Don't worry. It was attacking some of the locals here. We fought it. There was the blinding light when it was killed, and then I don't know. We were like suns. We could see the city. There was sand. We could make changes. Look, I don't.
Oh, so you brought it to the celestial plane for 6 months.
Look, we're only there for a few minutes. We're here now. Can you come here and speak to all of us? I think we kind of need a little bit of help understanding what exactly happened as well.
Look, I can't come there. Even if I could leave, the place you're in is warded.
Okay, well, what would you have us do?
Draw the door.
What? Draw the door?
The door.
Okay, yeah. Find the party members. Leave it with me. Draw some fucking lines or something. Sure. I think Brayden just kind of hands the stone block back to Belinda and kind of just gives a very like unfazed kind of shrug to her.
She kind of like gets kind of quiet and she says, "Sorry." You kind of just hear muffled yelling. Okay,
Yeah.
Sebastian.
So that way it's in
Bye.
the recording. Just so it's in the recording, rules saying in the background, be so happy you got lucky enough not to have edicts on the phone and got Sebastian instead.
I rolled a d20 and I happened to roll even, so.
That would have been a much more interesting conversation.
I think
I
Brayden
wanted it to
just
happen
kinda,
so bad.
I think he kind of just turns to Belinda and kind of gives a shrug and says, "I'm not mad. It's just people are obviously concerned about you. We're not exactly in a safe place, or have been in a safe place for the last while. You're lucky that you came out now." Braden thinks that because he was like the plan after throwing the javelin, just for reference, was bringing out the rock and flying after it. Just as a heads up, the javelin didn't kill the thing. So that's quite
You
fortunate.
just hopping on the bird, charging after the
Yeah,
vampire.
that probably would have been the next plan of attack. But yeah,
Then-
so I think
Then Belinda poking her back. Hi. God
yeah,
damn
that
it,
would have been
kid.
that would have
Just
been
screaming.
yeah. I think with that, I think Braden obviously kind of wants to go kind of report back to the rest of the group. He kind of like looks at himself like quite clearly like fairly battered. Like he was very much looking forward to a bath and getting a bit of a rest, and he kind of reluctantly sighs and kind of pulls himself back up, and he turns towards his feathered companion and he says, "Look, I have to go back in the crest. I'll get some food properly for you. I'll come out in an hour or two with a little bit of a feast. Just have a bit more patience, bud, yeah?"
He does the big old stretch. He glows gold, and suddenly he turns into like bits of light that reforms into the statue.
I think Braden kind of just shakes his head. He says, "I'm just a man with a stick. Just a man with a stick with weird shit happening around him. Come on, Belinda. Stay close. There's some interesting characters around these parts, yeah?" And he kind of like very gingerly picks himself up, kind of groaning a little bit, and kind of like hobbles his way back inside to the table.
Okay. All right, Zerwa. What are you doing?
All right. Well, she's gonna head up, take quite a leisurely bath in this lady's suite. Probably have a short little nap in the bathtub as well.
It's a heart-shaped bathtub.
Oh my god.
So comfortable.
Perfect. Plenty of space to spread out and relax. Yeah, I mean, after that, I think she might take a little look around the room and see if she can't figure out who this woman is. Like if there's anything special to her, if she's just like a random member. random staff member, I guess, would be more accurate. See if I can't like poke around and find any kind of papers or anything.
Yeah. So there's a desk with some papers on it.
Yeah. I'll go like rifle through the papers a little bit, see if I can't get like a name of the woman whose room this is and an idea of her role here, basically.
So her name is Isabella, and she is she's one of the 5 captains.
All right.
Captains are like basically the second highest rank. They're basically responsible for mentoring new members.
Okay. I don't think that she really wants to like fuck with anything, because this woman like did her a favor basically. So I think getting that information would be probably enough to.
We're like, it's no more snooping, huh?
Yeah, I think we're good with that. So she'll kind of take her time, but get dressed again and head back down and look for the rest of the group. Are we gathering?
You come across a very buff orc lady in a towel. She nods at you, walks past.
I love it. Thank you. Just nod right back.
Make me a dex save.
11.
So she like quietly whips up the towel, tries to do a whip towel at you, but you catch it instinctively.
I mean, you could just ask.
She winks. May do. Or sorry, may do, precious. I can't do. How do you do? I can't do a buff woman's voice. I don't know how else to say it. I can't do a buff guy's voice other than a buff woman's voice.
Just think of trying to sound like Kronk.
Of what?
Kronk.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
What? You were
What?
talking
You don't
shit to
know-
other people about not knowing. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's all coming
bullshit.
together.
Hang on. You don't know Emperor's New Groove?
Oh,
Good.
Kronk. I thought you said Gronk, and I'm like, I don't know what the
Oh,
fuck that
No,
is.
Kronk.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
What?
You haven't seen Emperor's New
Wow.
Groove, Leonu?
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
What the fuck? We gotta
Whoa.
fix that shit.
Wait, aren't you like a baby? Am I misremembering that?
I'm turned 21, yeah, or turning 22 this year.
Yeah, shit,
How
that
do you
movie's older
still
than you.
not
Fuck
know?
me.
No,
wait,
it's not. It's
no.
not that old.
No.
It is.
No.
It came out in 2000.
Oh, no.
It came out in
Uh,
2000.
Wait, is it? Oh
Still
my
no.
god, it is. Okay.
That one came out in 2000.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No
sorry.
way.
Alright, you know that meme where you know that gif where the guy ages? That's fucking me right now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. That movie came out a year after I was born, and I still watched it.
You're all babies.
Yeah, that's the fucking gif. Yeah. Alright. So, Nianya.
So, everyone. So, correcting my memory and listening skills that have slightly been out of it for a couple of minutes now. Everyone's kind of reconvening at the table right now. I think
Yep,
is what I.
Everyone at the table right now.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit past midday, correct? Not too much time has passed.
It's past midday now.
Okay. So as everyone kind of comes back, I'm just gonna kind of speak to everyone. Is possible for anyone to get a room? I don't think I can. It said it was for members only, and I couldn't get a room, and the nearest hotel or inn is closer. It's kind of far away from you guys, and I don't want to be that far, so I don't know what you guys are really doing here all that much, but
I mean,
I'd
from
at
what I
least like
heard,
to.
other than the guest pass for the bathhouse, if we want to use anything in here, we'll have to join.
Do we want to?
Do we need to stay here?
Apparently, there's other places like this all over the continent, so I mean,
In every major city.
joining could prove useful. We would have a place to reconvene that we'd know of wherever we go.
And Lords forbid for a moment we might pretend to be regular people with regular jobs.
I'd
True.
really like to not delay my going to the waters and getting my sister back, but I
Might not be that
suppose
hard.
I did ask about joining and said only a couple of days. Maybe it's best for me to get my footing back and make sure that I'm completely back to my normal skills. Before I set out into the place where my entire people were killed. So
Depending on how big that library is, too, it could take a couple days to really get any kind of valuable information out of it.
I told myself and others I wouldn't be as reckless, so I would be for maybe joining this guild and figuring out or spending some time here and making sure I'm ready to go to the abyss again.
After
does
you
it look-
guys went,
Go for it.
after you guys went to the bathhouse earlier, one of the people kind of sort of in charge of this place asked if we were looking for working a way to join, so we might have a fast track if we're willing to deal with somebody's shitty past, sounds like.
I mean, I wouldn't be completely against it, but I just kind of think that maybe it'd be quicker to just do a trial of or proof of strength or what power or whatever it was I was told. I mean, solving his problem could also take the same time.
Could
But
do.
I just want to get in as easy as possible. Or maybe I'll have to learn a few skills in doing so, What
I
was
think
his
Brayden,
offer? Sorry, but what did
or,
he?
or you.
What did he? Did he offer gold or something?
To me,
Well, anything except just an ability to join.
no, not really. Seemed a bit of an under the table kind of offer, but
Well, it's up to you guys. Whatever you think would be best. I'm
I
for
mean,
either.
I don't know about you guys, but if we are going to keep traveling, money could also be useful, and this might be a good way of getting some of that.
not wrong.
So, I don't know about you guys, but if we're all for it, I definitely am.
I also might owe this captain a little bit of a favor. And she let me use the bath in her room. Speaking of, and she's gonna like ball up Brayden's cloak and just toss it across the table at him. Might have used that as a towel.
He kind of looks towards it and just kind of like holds it at arm's length and just kind of sighs and kind of gives a nod and slings it over his shoulder. You kind of realize that everyone else has already like had a bath and like unwind, and he's still not. He kind of just gives like a weak nod. Says, "Good to know. Thank you. Good to know. It didn't go to waste. I think one thing that we probably should, before we figure out taking any kind of contract or putting ourselves in danger, and Braden's going to take a step to the left and kind of just show Belinda, who I imagine everyone kind of talking for a bit. There might be like a plate of food for her. He says, I was on the courtyard and she appeared. Sebastian was quite angry about it and shouting, told to draw the door. Maybe just to get Belinda back somewhere safe.
Might be it.
Belinda is currently very sheepishly smiling.
I mean, if this much time has actually passed, it might be a good idea to check in.
Things might
Belinda,
have changed,
were you with us the whole time?
Maybe.
So we haven't been gone 6 months to you, right? You've been gone with us.
I had the bird for company, but it was kind of lonely.
Wait, have you been here for 6 months?
With the bird.
Oh no. How do her eyes look? Are they any worse?
They look slightly more faded.
Hmm.
She looks kind of guilty.
Well, you're safe, I guess. So that's priority 1 then, getting her back.
Yeah, I think so as well. Perhaps if we're able to sign up here, maybe we can get a room. We can make the door in that room, right? That way, at
Sounds
least we can
great.
do it behind closed doors and not attract any suspicion.
Yeah.
Belinda, no offense, but I think having a child here at an adventuring guild might hamper some of our attempts. We're not trying to get rid of you. We're not trying to shoo you away by any means. We just want to make sure you're kept safe. You understand, right?
Okay. Wait, does that mean I can have a drink?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure Sebastian would kill me. More than he probably already wants to.
I know what Will's thinking right now.
Look, they don't know. They aren't aware of the consequences.
Belinda, sweetie, how old are you?
This many. She holds up all 10 fingers.
I mean,
Of course, Zero would be the bad influence here.
You're a child.
I'm just saying I think I had worse younger.
Look how that turned out.
Look, let's just get the room sorted and we can figure out, if we want to give Belinda a drink or not. I think she needs to get some rest no matter what. Isn't that right?
She yawns. Kind
That's what I
of.
thought.
Does this place have any chocolate?
What? Let me go find out for you. Braden's just gonna go inquire or find out.
What the fuck's chocolate?
No, it's a foreign thing. You haven't heard of it? All right. Oh, that's right. No worries. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna report back. And yeah.
Um, you hear a familiar voice, of a goblin taunting a man for losing dice.
Who? Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, everyone hears a familiar sounding voice of a goblin taunting a guy because he lost at dice.
I think from memory, the only goblins we saw were some of the bombers, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Brendan will make his way back to the table and kind of just look towards Belinda and shake his head. No chocolate, unfortunately. But he'll kind of peer over his shoulder, hearing the voice.
Aw. Ooh. She runs over to him.
Brayden kind of sighs, seeing Belinda take off, and kind of feebly goes after her.
Yeah, I'll
She
get up and follow.
she gets like behind the goblin and then like pokes him twice on the shoulder. He looks at her and ignores her, and then she pokes again. Yeah, kid, what do you want? Hi, Harm. Oh, yeah. Humans look the same to me. I win again. And he begins to pile up a rather impressive pile of coins.
Seems someone's having a productive day.
Yeah, these fools are bad on anything.
Well, you'll gain, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He rolls some more dice. Would you like to roll me a perception check?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
23. That's
Dirty 20.
Did you roll a nat 20, you said?
yeah.
There is a slightest slip of air when he tosses his dice. He is cheating.
I think Brayden kind of sighs. He thinks about making a scene, but honestly, I think he's just kind of cooked. I think he's just gonna kind of take a little bit of a mental note in it, and kind of wants to maybe just try and get Belinda out of the scene in case things get things escalate. I think Brayden would kind of just put a hand on Belinda's shoulder and say, well, let's leave them to play their dice, right? We can come see them later. Let's just get ourselves sorted first, yeah. And I think Brandon might look to Noah if Noah has a similar look and just kind of raise an eyebrow and let Noah do what he will with that.
Yeah, maybe try not to run off too much, okay?
Yeah.
Harmon never hurt me. He's a nice guy. I'm a goblin! Like I said, nice guy. I hate children! Pretty nice.
Just try and only run to people that you know.
I know Harm. We're best friends. I hate you, kid. She leans in close. He's just saying that to keep up appearances.
Well, they are very persuasive appearances.
Can
I
I
know.
insight check? Can I insight check the goblin if he actually means it?
Roll it.
Not great. 11.
He rolled a 5 and he matched it. He, at the very corner of his mouth when looking at her and he turns away, you can see the slightest smirk of a smile.
Okay. Okay, I feel a little bit more at ease then with her running to him.
Donson, what are you doing?
I suppose he's finally coming out of the bath with new bandages wrapped all around him instead of the old crusty ones.
Gotcha.
So what is the scene that he witnesses coming out of the bathhouse?
There is a young child. There is that you recognize. There is Brayden, and there is Noah. And there is a goblin playing dice. And then a man starts screaming at the goblin that he's cheating.
I guess Donson is just gonna walk up and point to Belinda and ask, "Why is the girl here?"
She waves, "Hi."
Hello.
She,
Why is she here?
You
she
smell like
snuck
a
her way
camp.
here.
Thank you.
Belinda,
Anyways,
manners.
Oh. You smell like a... You smell
He
smoky?
smells like an adventure. And just kind of smiles. Brayden says that. She
Donson very pointedly turns to Belinda and says, "Thank you," and then turns back.
I
Anyway,
don't
why
think
is she
smell
here?
adventurers smell very good on average.
she snuck her way here. Which I was trying to look. That's I think seeing the thing of the shouting of cheating. I think Brayden's just kind of quite eager to get out of there, not wanting to deal with it. And he's just gonna say, if someone wants to try and organize some rooms for us, I'll do it if no one else wants to. But I'm just trying to keep an eye on Belinda.
What do you mean snuck with us? She's a child. How sneaky can she be?
Well, she made it past you as well, so quite sneaky it seems.
I don't care. Upon saying that, he's going to lean in. I don't care for her that much to look. I don't.
I think Brayden kind of raises an eyebrow and
She
he
looks at
kind of
you
like.
with, like, googly eyes.
I think Brayden's gonna pull out the little like icon or like the little like the token of the bird and kind of just like hold it up. She was on the bird. I don't know.
Would Donson be able to put two and two together that since she was on the bird when it shrunk, she shrunk with the statue?
Yeah,
With
it's
his
pretty
plus
reasonable.
3 proficiency in Arcana?
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll just like rub his forehead and just a good god. Do her parents know that she's here?
Yeah. Sebastian wants to have words with us, I think.
Uh-oh. She pulls out her stone again. Hi. Oh, let me turn this down real quick. And she like taps on the left side of it. Here we go. And then you hear barely muffled, very angry messages.
How do you suppose we get her back?
We just gotta draw a door. Let's just get a room and we can get this all done. Shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Yeah.
I agree.
Brayden just kind of nods, and he'll just move to like the table and kind of like put his hand, on like Belinda's shoulder, kind of like guiding her along with him to the table, and he'll kind of look to see if anyone else wants to go try and get a room.
Question, Brayden, is your cloak still wet?
I'd say yes, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably like
Oh,
it's not like it's not
bad.
it's not yeah it's not like
That's what a
worn. It's
woman
more
would
just
say when she uses your towel so you can't dry. She'll be like, "It's not that bad."
bringing it on the table. I think Brayden is just gonna like have it like slung over his shoulder, like not wearing it like a cloak. Just kind of
Okay.
like sling it over his shoulder so his kind of hands are free to deal with the child.
Do you want me to try and dry that for you before we go talk to somebody?
You mean return it in the condition it was given? Oh, it'd be amazing. And he kind of rolls his eyes a little bit.
Belinda tries to sneak and grab a beer, but she's very obvious about it.
I think at this point, Brayden's left hand's kind of glued to Belinda's shoulder, just trying to
He
keep
just like
her.
swat her hand away,
just-
like
yeah,
like,
pretty
while
much.
mid
Or like,
conversation.
if she like grabs the cup, I think Brayden will just kind of grab the cup from her, kind of thing. Like, just I think he's just trying to be be babysitter at the moment. Just make
right
sure
next.
something's
And
okay.
by
Any
the way, she
initiative.
grabbed it from a patron. She like.
Johnson's just gonna look at the girl and say, "Do you want a drink?"
She nods.
He'll go to the bartender.
Jesus Christ!
I'm just gonna shape water, the excess water that's in Braden's cloak, and I'm gonna kind of shape water it out of the cloak.
Okay.
Thank you, Noah.
Water bend it. Okay.
Mhm. Basically,
Where do you put the water?
I have a little like water sack on my hip. I'll just put it in there for now.
Okay.
Water skin.
It's got
Water
some.
skin,
It's
yeah.
got some
Johnson will-
soapiness in it, but you know.
That's fair.
Johnson
drinking
will
water.
go up to the bartender, ask for his lightest beer and a glass of water.
And a glass of what?
And a glass of water.
Okay. That will be 2 gold pieces.
Can you put it on their tab? And I'm gonna point at Braden.
Very well.
Letting everyone know, Johnson does not have any money on him.
Neither do I, bro. You're good.
He's
I'm broke.
never had money.
Yeah.
I'm broke as shit.
Man has had no gold since day 0.
Well, this whole time, I'm like, oh, I need to get some armor for Noah. Oh, I need some money to get some armor for Noah.
Unless you kill someone who happens to be Noah-sized.
I guess I do have a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Johnson will then proceed to drink half of the water and then pour half the beer in the water and then go over and hand it to Blue.
I think Braden sees it, and yeah, like obviously coming over, like probably not seeing you swap it around, but just see you come up with the glass. He doesn't necessarily say anything. He just kind of raises an eyebrow and just kind of gives a shrug. He'll look over towards. Oops, sorry, go on.
Oh, good. Noah, while your hand are in your pocket, you pull out you feel a note.
Okay, I'm gonna take it out and look at it kind of curiously.
It has a
Open
room
it up.
number, the word 200 gold pieces, and a lipstick kiss.
Oh no, no!
Bro has a Myers. What the heck? What
Hey,
is
man,
your
20
charisma
20 bucks
score?
to 20 bucks. Sorry.
Bro's hung
Okay.
like an orc. It's like
20 bucks to
What's your
20
charisma
bucks.
score? Are you
Jesus.
a warlock or something?
I'm the warlock. He's just the rogue.
I'm just a rogue.
Okay. That's as close to a bard as you can get. That makes sense.
I feel like Noah's about as far from a bard as you can get, though. I'll just kind of. I'm assuming the lipstick mark is probably similar
Very
in size
large
to the lips of that
orcish
orc.
lips,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just gonna kind of crumple
Oh, by
that
the way,
back
there
up.
are 3 kisses on there.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna crumple that note up, and if I see is Belinda about to take a drink?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna shape water the alcohol out of the cup, and I'm just gonna bring it over to me. and I'm
Hang
gonna
on,
stick-
you can't shape water alcohol. You're just giving her pure ethanol at that point. You're making it worse.
Well, if I shaped water all the alcohol out, it would be just dry, so it wouldn't be a drink.
But alcohol's not water.
But in order to have liquid alcohol, you have to have water fluids mixed with the alcohol in it.
Alright, let me read
So
the
there's-
shape water description.
Oh no.
I mean, it just says a area
I
of
mean,
water you
it'll
can see within
still
range.
be in there for a little bit. It's just gonna evaporate really quickly. So she
Right.
can still drink
says
100%
water.
ethanol.
It does say water, but I mean, if the alcohol mixes with the water when you combine it, then it's just more
It is a
diluted
watered
alcohol.
down ale, so you would just have pure ale.
Okay,
So
interesting.
what you're really doing is fixing it for her.
I guess I wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
Fucking Zero.
I don't know. I like
guess
the
I
idea
guess
of
I kind of
Noah
assumed
not
she-
realizing the consequences of what he's doing.
I guess I
Honestly,
kind of
that
assumed-
sounds very useful for a drunk like Zero.
I kind of assumed shaped water just kind of meant fluids, but I guess that's fair. I'm
Wait.
not going to do that then, because I feel like
Basically,
Noah
do
would
that to
probably
water down
understand.
ale, get actual full ale.
Yeah.
That checks
Go
out.
from ale to vodka.
Noah will not do that then. He's just gonna crumple up the note.
As Donson is handing it, he's just gonna go, "Here, this is what we did to purify the water back in the clan." Because that's how you would drink water, is you would put alcohol in it.
Yep. Makes that shit resilient. Yeah, okay. I think Braden's gonna just kind of seeing Belinda just kind of grabbing at everything like a little destructive whirlwind. I think Braden's going to look over to just the rest of the party, probably like towards like Lianyu, and he'll say, "Do you think you can try and find us a room?"
Now I need to know what Belinda's reaction to drinking alcohol
Here
is.
or in just in any other place.
I think here if we can. If we need to sign up, and let's just sign up. We can deal with it later.
She
I
sips
think
it,
need to.
spits it out, and says, "I like chocolate milk better."
I mean,
He'll take the glass and go, "Me too."
the barkeep said that you'd have to be a member, and she said it'd take a few days to join. I don't know if saying you'll become a member would really fix anything here.
All right. Someone keep an eye on Belinda. I'm gonna go bat my eyes politely. Braden's gonna kind of let out a sigh and kind of grumble his way over towards towards the bar. If anyone else wants to come with, feel free to.
It's probably best I don't talk to her again. I think she's annoyed with me.
Yeah, so Braden's gonna make his way on over. See if he can organize a room or rooms.
Okay.
I was wondering if you might be able to help.
How can I help you?
Well, I
Here
mean,
to
you've
pay
already
your
been pretty
tab?
helpful. Tab. Braden kind of says, tilting his head to one side. Yeah, sure. Well, we also wanted to maybe see if we could add a bit more to it. We wanted to see if we can get some rooms organized. I was talking to Lianyu, my companion friend, earlier. He said that it takes a few days to organize applications to join a guild.
Up to 2
Look.
days, depending on when it's done.
Well, I think you might want to fast track it. We've come from the town center. You might hear some rumors about craters falling. That was us. Look, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not gonna bullshit you. We don't know where the last 6 months just went. We don't really have a few days. We do intend to join this guild, but we really need a place to stay tonight. Can you help us out?
I suppose. You could always talk to Morga. She's more understanding of things like this.
More understanding. Well, being someone who's going to join this guild, I think you'll quickly come to learn that I don't like taking the easy way out of things. If you want me to go talk to her, I will. But if you have the ability yourself to give approval,
basically,
honestly,
captains can. They have the wherewithal to do so.
Captains, okay. Sure. Is there one out here? Braden's just gonna kind of like look over his shoulder to like the bar area.
No. I can give her the room number to one. I think I saw it go up earlier.
Please, yeah. If it's not too intrusive.
She gives you the number. It's on the 3rd floor.
Alright. Braden's gonna make his way back towards the group and just kind of hold the bit of parchment between his fingers.
Did you get one?
Oh, gotta get approval from the captain. Apparently she's upstairs somewhere. I have a room number. I was just gonna go knock. Anyone fancy a walk?
I'll come
Is
with.
it the
Sure.
same room that I had been in?
Nope.
Okay.
I think Braden will say it's on the 3rd floor, and that's probably what it'll specify. The number doesn't really mean anything to him. If you mention anything, he might. But yeah, he'll just say on the 3rd floor somewhere. Maybe we should all go together. Sure, it goes smoothly.
Yeah.
I feel like
nothing
anytime
else.
we're apart, weird things happen.
As if they don't when we're together.
Well, at least if we're together, we can not deal with it together, right?
Fair.
He smiles and kind of like rubs his temple a little bit. Says, "All right, let's finish up drinks and let's go." So, yeah, I think Braden just
Okay, so I take it
finished the-
everyone's going up there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, at least I am.
All right, and yeah, making our way on up.
All right. So you guys get to the door. It's kind of like it's a double wide door. And it's kind of weird because like can everyone roll me a perception check?
Yep.
11.
Oops, that's performance. Oops, that's performance again.
8.
17.
There are a
Six.
series of notches carved into the wooden post next to the door.
Are these notches like something like a key, maybe?
Nope. It's like someone was measuring height almost,
Hmm.
but they're a little bit too incremental for that.
I think Braden's just going to knock on the door.
An orc woman answers it.
Fucking knew it.
She looks
You're
at
one of the
Noah.
captains here?
Hey.
Braden kind of like looks over his shoulder, like not seeing any of the bar stuff before, kind of like raises his eyebrow a little bit, like, do you two know each other?
She
No,
pulls
not
her
really.
arm around the door and holds up a coin purse and 200 gold in it. Jingles it.
That's not why we're here.
Oh. She looks very disappointed. I can do you for her.
Sorry.
I think Braden kind of takes a step back, kind of letting someone else take point on this. I think he's kind of like tapped out
Being
at the
like,
moment.
this is out of my league.
He hasn't had a bath or
Uh,
anything yet. He's still spent. He just kind of just wants to get this over with. But yeah, someone else.
I guess if Braden is stepping back, Donson will step up and he'll just go, "We were told to talk to you about getting a membership."
Oh. I see. Well, need 3 things. Paperwork. Let's see. Normally there's a fee. She looks at you. You're obviously
Donson-
destitute.
Donson will pat Noah's back.
No,
and just say, "Guy right here."
That's
Yeah.
cruel.
No, kind of give that like, don't look at me, like kind of trying to
Donson
shoot
is
shoot
gonna
back a
lean
little
over
bit.
and say, "How bad do you want to get in this guild?"
Not that bad. I have some money.
I don't think this will be too hard to do it without.
She said,
giving him-
yo, you don't know how hard I go.
Braden's just like at the back of the party now, like just his eyes flicking between everyone, like totally confused with what's going on, like slowly piecing it together. And he's like, I was away for like half an hour. What the fuck is going on? And he isn't saying anything, but he's kind of just like
Donson knows
craning his
all
head.
about this. He's just like, "Listen, we can either do it the normal way or the fast way," which was the reason we even came up here to begin with.
I'm sure we can find some normal way to figure this out.
Good. It shoves you into the room.
That's not normal.
I will
But
grab
I like
him
to
as he
not hold
gets
onto the
shoved
door
in.
frame.
Of course, not literally shoving you into the room, just a pat to.
Yeah.
move you
Oh,
forward.
okay.
Then I'll just gently brace myself, like, no, I'm okay.
Do you have like a tie on?
What was that?
Do you have like a tie or a collar?
No, just the cloak that I wear.
Okay. She'll like tap your cloak and be like, "No worry, I'll be real gentle."
No, really, it's okay. Is there some other way we can figure this out?
She like walks into the like kind of into the room and like rolls up her arms and gets into a fighting stance. Yeah.
What?
Show me what you got.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot on me. I have a little bit of gold, but you have my pouch, and then is that what
She
you
holds
mean?
up the gold. Oh, this pouch.
Kind of all I have. Yeah.
That is the gold she was offering you, not yours.
Oh, okay. I thought that was when she handed me the note. She also took my gold. Gotcha.
No.
Then I just hold up my little pouch and show the little bit I have. This is all I have.
I think she wants a fight of some kind, and
Oh,
Roll me an
and
acrobatics save.
okay,
Roll, sorry, dex save. Apologies.
deck save.
Donson just
No,
to the side. She wants
Nope,
to wrestle,
wrong thing.
and then immediately sumo flip.
There we go. I rolled an int save by accident. 18 for deck save.
Okay. She grabs you by the collar and throws you, but you manage to flip around and land on your feet. Not bad.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Gotcha. Maybe I'm not the person for that. Brayden?
She brings up a roundhouse kick. What is your AC?
Oh god. 15 because I have no armor.
She rolled a 19.
Okay. Can I use my reaction to use what's it called? Uncanny dodge and to have whatever damage I take.
Okay. You take 3 damage, 3 bludgeoning.
Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of, while I don't dodge it, kind of reflexively put an arm up to kind of pseudo parry it, but still take most of the hit.
Not bad, not bad. She grabs a mallet. Alright.
I'm really not the one to be doing this. We have someone over there that's much better at this. I promise.
Oh no, I like him skinny. And she swings. Dex save.
Deck save. Okay. Oh, natural 1 plus 8 for 9.
You're lucky she rolled really low. So,
Okay.
you kind of like fall off balance slightly. She thrusts down at you, and you fall
Mhm.
slightly back, and it lands right in between your legs.
Okay. Okay. I guess I don't really have a choice, right? Am I supposed to hit you back?
If you can try, she swings again.
Okay. I don't really have a weapon that I could use that wouldn't deal actual damage, so I'm just gonna try and sweep her leg just with a kick or something.
Okay,
Can the
roll to hit.
Can the rest of us act at some point during this as well, or is this like a
You could if you want to, yeah.
okay?
I'm assuming this is
But you get
unarmed,
the sense
which
you get the sense that she's evaluating him.
well, my unarmed is +2, so that's not going to go very well. And I rolled a natural 1 for a total of 3.
So you kick her leg, realize it's basically a bar of steel, and kind of hurts your leg a little bit.
Okay. I kind of hop on one leg, holding my shin for a half second.
She bends her leg and picks you up with it. Never skip leg day.
Yeah, I can see that. Ow.
Finally, someone gets it.
I don't want to like use a weapon or hurt you or anything, but I'm not really good
She
with my
kind
hands.
of like lumps you up into her hand and then puts you back on her feet and kind of shoves you backward. Use whatever you got. You won't hurt me.
Are you sure?
She spins her mallet. Trust me.
Okay.
Oh, give me 1 second. Hold out your weapon.
Okay, and I kind of just noticeably not trained, hold my dagger up in a pseudo fighting stance.
Oh, that's just precious. She flicks her mallet, and there is now a blue glow around your weapon. Nothing
Okay, what's
perfect.
this? What does it do?
I'll show you. She does it again, and now her mallet has a blue glow around it.
Okay, it makes
And
things
she hits
blue.
you on the head. You
Okay.
feel it, but it doesn't do damage.
Okay, so I did see this out on the training grounds. Is this what you do to not hurt each other, I guess?
Well, for the beginners anyway.
Okay, well, sure, I guess I'll try with my weapon, I guess. And are we within 5 feet of each other?
Yep. Roll.
Okay.
No, so I'm gonna have what she's gonna say is, you have 1 minute to hit me 3 times.
Okay.
And none of us can do anything.
Without
help
the other
him?
person participating, no. But then it becomes more of a brawl and it becomes more of a training thing. But you could, of course, attempt to assist him more subtly if you have options in that regard.
Good luck, Noah. If she does
Uh,
anything weird, I'll step in.
Thank you. I'll try. And is she gonna start or am I gonna start?
You're a go.
Okay.
So the goal is either she says that you have to hit her 3 times. However, if you can force her to yield, you win as well.
Okay. Then starting out, I'm going to pretend to go for that leg sweep again, and then stop halfway in bonus action steady aim to just strike towards her opposite arm with my dagger. Steady aim gives me advantage.
Okay. Roll to hit.
It was 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. No. Oh, do I get sneak attack if I have advantage? Right? Guaranteed.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you have advantage,
Yeah.
you get sneak attack.
Okay.
Okay, I'm always so used to getting it through just like having an ally nearby. Okay, so for damage,
Is it only once per round or?
it is only once per round. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but technically, like once your turn ends, you can also
Once per
proc it through.
turn.
Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
proc it through like a reaction as
Reactions.
well. Yeah.
Okay.
That is a total of that's a really bad sneak attack roll. A total of 15 damage.
Okay.
Like that.
Good. Don't get hit 3 times.
Okay.
She rolls a 14.
Okay, that misses.
You manage to she brings it around, kind of having it in the back, and she holds a hammer by the bottom, and she swings it around. You kind of just bend backwards, and it goes over your head.
Okay. This time I'll kind of just focus on her weapon hand and try and go for that, but continue going forward and just go for her chest with steady aim again, which is 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 21 points of damage.
Gotcha. That's really good. She says, "Ha ha ha." So then she casts enlarge and enlarge in herself.
Aren't we still in hallway?
No, she's in her room.
Yeah,
That is a big room.
she's a captain.
See how you deal with this. And she's gonna soccer kick you.
Oh god, she gets bigger.
Roll deck save.
Okay. 24.
Ah. Man. Maneuverable. It's kind of annoying.
Well, not really good at fighting, but I am kind of fast, I guess.
She kind of does this motion with both of her hands, curling them in, and she says, "I like him wiry."
God.
Roll to hit.
Okay. Again, steady aim. This time
Is
kind
that
of
conditional or?
it's just my bonus action. I just can't move.
Gotcha. Okay.
If I move, I can't steady aim, so I have to be stationary. Which is perfect for a duel like this. 26 again to hit.
That hits.
And that is 20 points of damage.
Alright. Good job. Of course, he didn't have my armor on, but I figured he won't die to goblins anytime soon.
Okay, I did better than I thought. Feel like you were maybe going easy on me, though.
Yeah, I'm not really a marshal, you might say.
Oh. Really?
Nope.
Oh, gosh. Well, do you need to do that for all of us, or was that enough?
Nah, that should be fine.
I mean, I'm sure
Welcome
if
to
I
the
could do it.
guild, initiate.
Thank you. And I'll kind of look to the others, kind of give a shrug, like I guess that's all we needed to do.
So are we all initiates now?
Yeah, but if you get anybody's vouching, don't blame me if you get killed.
Well, yeah.
We'll
we
take
know
that
what
blame
that's
to the
like.
grave.
Yeah, I think we know what that's like.
Donson just saying, one of us has already gone through that.
I think two of us, right? Braden, haven't you also technically died for like 5 minutes?
Donson doesn't know of Braden dying.
That's
I'm
fair.
not sure. Yeah, I hit 0. I don't know if I died though. I nat 20 the death save, so I'm
Oh.
not sure if I died,
No,
but
you
I was
fair.
definitely.
That's
I
fair.
definitely would
didn't.
have. I definitely would have made like a death scene for you.
That's right. You went
Okay.
down. You didn't die. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Just
What's
skirting the lines a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Braden's gonna kind of like look towards Noah and kind of like give like really happy kind of smile and nod towards him. Nicely done, Noah.
I mean, I have you guys to observe and learn after, so
That was all you.
thank you.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're initiates. Nice.
All right.
How exactly does that work? Do we just take requests to move up rank and
Basically, after you've proven your metal after taking a few quests, you can apply to take let's just say, a special training exam. A variation of it, more or less, you do a job, we tell you to, you do it, you climb up the ranks. Better ranks, better accommodations.
Gotcha. Well, kind of hesitate to say thank you because of how awkward it's been, but thank you.
That is, unless she winks at you. You want any other special accommodations?
I'll have to turn you
Leave
down on that.
him be. He clearly doesn't want it.
Oh, fine.
If I might ask, how does this guild's ranking system work?
Glad you asked. There are 5 ranks. Initiate, Scout, Corsair, Captain, Admiral. Basically, every other guild chapter is held by an admiral, except this one, which is held by the guild master. Captains are for the other guilds or the high advisors. Otherwise, the main admirals are the advisors for the guild master.
And what exactly does this, guild do? I'm not entirely sure what guild's purposes really are.
Long story short, we're responsible for trying to curb the growing evil in the countryside. Well, there's also other contracts, protection, mercenary work, that kind of thing. More or less, it's a formal form of legalization for our practice. Instead of wandering town to town solving problems or looting, you can instead offer to kill normal monsters that may not have anything on them, but you get compensated by the village or whatever town, whoever posted that.
Hey, Zerwa, out of character. Can you remind me if you mentioned that you had talked to one of the 5 captains?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. And I talked to a captain earlier. I'm pretty sure there were 5. Is that 5 per branch or 5 total?
5 per branch, usually.
Okay. So there's a few here still that we haven't met yet, I guess.
Yep.
So, who is this guild master that's running this place?
Give me
Lot
one
of
second,
work.
I will pull that up. Seraphina. Well, Lady Seraphina, but don't tell that to her face. Noble born, but decided to rough it with the rest of us. Parents didn't exactly approve.
Fair enough. I've gotten everything I need. He's gonna turn around. I'll be at the library.
I'll join you soon.
He'll just wave back.
So we're letting him go after.
Okay. What do you guys do? Oh, by the way, so she'll mention that I have the perfect assignment for you guys. Get your feet wet.
What would that be?
Well, you know how monsters are growing more dangerous and, well, quite frankly, they're breaking some of the rules they normally have. See, I don't know if you know it, but about, a few leagues or so northeast of here, there's this cave. Used to be an old mine shaft. Long story. Anyway, we were exploring it about a month ago in order to get some, see if it's possible to reopen the mine. And, well, let's just say that we broke a wall we shouldn't have, and a damn Hydra came out. And now it's on
Really
the
kinda-
countryside eating people.
Kind of
Hydra, you
winces
say?
a little bit.
So, I reckon with the amount of people you got, you should be able to kill it, no problem. Just shoot it at a distance or something.
If we do take it, we'll deal with it our own way. Thank you.
Suit yourself. She will notate that in order to, she'll give you a slip of paper to bring to essentially the bar in order to sign up for it. Put your lot in, as it said.
I have no idea how long I've been muted. When did she say that it had broken out?
A month ago.
A month
right?
ago.
Okay, that was during the time we were. Got it.
Well, you've certainly given us lots to think about. Thank you for accepting us. Try our best not to let you down.
Yeah. Thank the pretty one.
Every day.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get this slip handed over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brayden kind of looks towards and turns around, takes a few steps, and he stops and he kind of turns around to the orc who says, Captain, one question. What the fuck are those notches for? Or do we not want to know?
She winks.
I figured as much. Brayden kind of like eyes them up and stops for a moment and just kind of nods. And
There is quite
yeah,
a few notches.
makes his way away.
All right.
All right.
So what do you guys do?
I suppose that'll sort us out some rooms for a little while at least.
Yeah.
Do we have anything in mind after we turn this in? Any plans for the rest of the day?
We need to get Belinda back. We'll go to one of the rooms, draw a door, just have a chat to Seb, and figure out what went down.
Right.
Maybe we'll get some information or anything of crazy note that happened the past couple of months. But I still want to go for a bath, to be honest.
I mean, there's still plenty of daylight. You'll have some time afterwards.
Braden nods as well. How about we just take it easy today then, and let's get the rooms done together, and then have dinner together a bit later on, and go from there.
Are we letting Donson go to the library by himself? Remembering that's exactly what we tried last time.
It
Braden's
was
gonna-
nighttime last time, though. I would think the
Still issue Fireman books.
It'll be fine.
I mean, I'm certain they won't let him in if it's going to pose a problem. But I'll try to catch up with him later. I also want to do some research.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind the library either.
Yeah, you should tag along.
All right. I think it's a great spot to end the session. What do you guys think?
It's
Yeah.
it's pretty neat and tidy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Plus, a great spot for you guys to explore for RP.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
If you want, we could leave it for next session or do RP as well with you guys having opened the door to the place between places.
One thing that I will bring up, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I'm not going to be here for next week. We got a long weekend with Friday and
Oh,
Monday public
no.
holiday, so I'm going to a
Okay.
different state doing a bit of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Feel free to play without me though. That's totally
Okay.
chill. It seems like it might be a bit more of like a downtime-esque kind of knocking things
Yeah.
over, which I'm very sad to miss, but I don't want to hold people up. So yeah,
He's gonna spend
just,
the entire time getting chewed out by Sebastian and
we'll trade some blows. Yeah, it'll be good.
All right. So, what would you guys think?
I
That's
liked
fun.
it. I liked it a lot.
Pretty cool. I like the whole start, and then it kind of ended up being a more chill, go around, figure out what we're gonna do next kind of thing. So
I'm very curious to see how this whole construct piece plays into things.
Mm.
So I actually do have a question about that, because after you said that, I looked up like some other people's kind of rulings on like constructs and healing and stuff. How, I mean, I'm assuming we probably wouldn't know his characters, but how would we go about potentially healing him outside
Repairing
of
him.
repairing him? Would like a mending cantrip help
Perhaps.
for like minor healing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're going to the library so we can get a couple books on engineering, hand them over to
Yeah.
the bear, right? Get them to savvy up a little bit on it, I believe.
Sounds good.
It'll be interesting for sure.
Yes.
He did receive a boost to his con and his AC, so as compensation
Yeah.
for not being easily healed. I
Oh,
think
AC
that's
too,
very
huh?
fair.
Okay.
yeah, plus
Interesting.
1,
Does that
which is always good.
apply through mage armor? So will his mage armor also give him that +1?
Only assume.
Because technically, mage armor just sets your AC to 13 plus your dex modifier.
I guess I don't know.
Oh no, it's on top. It's fine.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's the whole point. All right, Braden, favorite part.
I liked I think my personal favorite part, I liked I like Noah stepping up and doing some of the little brawling and kind of getting some stuff done. I thought it was just kind of fun to see Noah into that kind of position and, you know, taking reins and doing it. I kind of enjoyed that. Otherwise, I enjoyed the I've always been particularly partial to the adventuring guild-esque kind of dynamic. I'm curious to see how long we'll stick with it, because obviously we have a lot more pressing issues than just these more local, smaller things happening. So I think it'll be difficult for us to stay with them, but I'm definitely curious to see how it kind of pans out. Yeah, like I think for the highlights, it's probably the major ones, and just obviously telling some of the stories and, you know, seeing what alterations we each made, and, you know, knowing that they might have some kind of implications is definitely interesting.
All right, cool. What was your so your favorite part was?
It's There's probably a couple different individual parts. Like I think probably the Noah at the end, like being the one to kind of get us, the approval. I like that it was Noah to do that. I think it's good for his character, kind of coming a bit circle, being able to kind of get something done himself, which is something he's been struggling with, which I like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he
Um,
went from getting his illusions counterspelled.
God, the freaking minor can't counterspelling my cantrip, bro. You're cruel. Damn you. Gosh. That was hilarious though.
yeah.
All right. Cool. Well,
If I had to pick,
and
the
you do
whole.
have to pick.
Dang, I was hoping I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the whole everyone's choices for the divine power thingy. I think that
Okay.
was pretty interesting. But overall, 5 out of 10 session, not enough combat. Otherwise, it'd be 10 out of 10.
I don't know about you, man. I had plenty of combat.
Fighting his own whatever.
my outer demons.
Other people.
Standing up to sexual harassment.
Yeah, basically. Gosh. Oh man.
I also think the culmination of Belinda finally getting a beer and just being like, no chocolate milk where it's at.
Chalky Milk Gang. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Leon, you.
I think my favorite part was probably when I was able to kind of see that boy quite literally of the Yohan, and then I assumingly teleported him to safety. I wish I was able to get a few words in with him before I teleported, but unfortunately I was not. So
I mean, mostly because you had just willed it instantly, and I'd already ruled on some differences, so that was the main reason why. I'm not normally a hard ass when it comes to that stuff.
yeah, that was definitely my favorite part.
What would you have said to him?
Don't lose faith. The moon will always be there for you as long as you have it.
That's fair enough. I'll allow that. Well, that adds good development.
I hope to God I get to see him growing up or something like that. I think that'd be cool.
Noah.
There were a lot of good parts to this session. I also liked the decisions everyone made and kind of how that panned out and what happened to the people or things that we willed into existence or willed to change. The fight for Noah was very fun, and I know it's kind of like, oh, he's doing something for his own to help the group, but it's more like he was kind of thrown into that situation. But he still stepped up, which is cool. I like that for him. It's nice to have those kinds of moments for a character like him. And I'm curious. I also am a big fan of like adventuring guild kind of themes or settings. And I'm also curious to see how well we can, as a party, still participate with the adventuring guild while also dealing with our own issues we have to deal with. And I'm curious how well they're going to bleed into each other.
Yep, SideQuest City.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget, you guys need to cash in your favor too.
Yeah, but
Sarah,
we gotta prove we killed the vampire first.
It's true. Same, there's kind of a couple things. Less so the decisions part, but more the way that hearing certain of those pleas in the divine whatever thing that was going on.
that they were. Sorry, I'm getting to the point where I'm really fucking tired. I'm having trouble speaking. They felt targeted, but like in a really effective way, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It was just nice. And then I always like the NPC one-on-ones with each of us. I think was rewarding. Yeah.
Nice.
And what about yourself? Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, a lot of it was really fun. I like to have like seeing what each of you had like given like a moment of like power, what each of you ultimately decided to do. I think that was really interesting. But I will say, a couple moments in the session, like that were just over the top. It was just so funny when Donson fucking shoved Noah. Go get him, Tiger.
Hey, look,
Help
he's
me!
a druid. He finds it weird that humans would be so prudish not to do anything. Kinda cringe, buddy. Going against nature.
Yeah, meanwhile Noah is like being hunted like a fucking animal, like
Wild
a gazelle.
game.
Wow,
Jeez.
gazelle. Oh no.
I also like to imagine part of it was because Donseng grew up. He's a half orc in a orc clan, so he just knew it wasn't gonna end well, so just push it along.
Gosh.
They're not gonna stop, buddy. Just get it
Oh
over.
my gosh.
I keep forgetting you're a half orc.
Huh? I don't.
Well, I have a lot to keep track of. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. What do we name the session?
Drawing blanks on this one. Sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of drawing blanks too. A lot of different things happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Divine decisions or something.
Yeah. It's definitely the most important, I guess, thing that's happened.
That's what I was thinking as well. What's the most relevant one? The most noteworthy thing that happened for the story, I think, was probably the decisions we made. So
I know what I can call. I know what it's going to be called. A step.
love that.
Okay. I like that.
All right.
Not necessarily in the right direction, just a step.
Oh, it has very significant story implications.
Okay.
Just
a
ask
step
Royal.
in the direction.
That certainly was a step in a direction.
We're going somewhere, and that place is somewhere Donson has no interest being in currently.
One of the steps of all time.
After all, you just cursed him with fucking a moment of infinite knowledge and power, and he couldn't do anything with it except scream.
We've all
Are you
been
going to
there.
share what happened, Donson?
Was that not shared whenever you said what happened?
Oh, and I sent it to you. No, I didn't. I didn't tell you.
Oh,
what
I
anyone
thought I
else did.
shared it. My clan staff has been supercharged with divine power, so it's a magic item.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, nice. I need to get me one of those.
Yeah, you want to tell them what it
Yeah,
can do now?
They'll find out when Donson finds out.
I like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Hell yeah.
It's useful. Put it that way.
3 times it's useful.
Mm.
Useful is good.
All right. That's it. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.